it going, y'all? Sorry for the lack of intro, by the way. I had a little bit of a computer crash. Welcome to MIKEroaggress'd All Stars. I'm so excited. I get to hang out with 3 of my favorite people on planet freaking Earth. I'm so excited. Keri, my love, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. It's just a storm just started here in Texas. It's been we're entering first summer. It's called first summer. So
Do you
it was
remember
very
when
hot
I was
today.
there?
I
And there was a
do.
tornado.
You were here in May of last year, and there was a tornado, and we were actually, because we get a lot of tornado warnings where we live in Texas. It's a higher than average number of tornadoes, and so we were like, let's get under the stairs, let's be careful, let's not go at the town sirens going off, everything. And Mike, he is like, I'm so excited, this is my first tornado, and you were taking like selfies. And I was like, this is not happening. And I hope nothing happens.
Get ready for a tornado with me.
No, what I want to see,
Awesome.
is Mike running around being all sissy like that guy in The Wizard of Oz. It's a twister. It's a twister.
Fuck out of here, man.
He's like, no. Anyway, no, it was
say hello to our
fun.
beloved Josh of Disaffected. What's up, dude?
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. And our beautiful, our favorite, our badass, our sassy Sage.
Hello,
What's
my
up?
love. Well, I just told you backstage I am at war with the platform formerly known as Twitter. But other than that, I am good. I am good. I am so excited to hang out with you guys. You're like my sanity. I could not be more excited to be with you.
I'm so excited. I feel like this is like the Supremes. This is the dream team. This is epic. And also
the people I want in the bunker with me. Like that's basically it. Like if it's going down, like this is my crew. This is who I want.
Also, hey to all of our beautiful chat friends. Thanks for hanging out. I love this. I love a super group. Me too. That's what we are. So what have you guys been up to?
Stop.
See, I'm so good at this. That's like a very specific question.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the returns coming out. They've officially declared in Kentucky, Massey has lost.
Yes, he has.
So we were talking about this in our group chat. Josh, I think the two of us are the same in that we're totally out of the loop on this. I don't know.
Almost completely out of the loop. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why
really
people
don't know.
love him. I don't know why they hate him. I have no opinion.
Same. So ladies, can you guys catch us up on the Massey saga?
Well, I don't have much of an opinion either. If you were expecting one, my opinion is about his supporters.
Why do people hate him? Is he like...
Well, there's a bunch of creepy stuff that just came out. So I know some people are reacting to that because all these things just dropped about his sexual escapades, like right after his wife died, like a couple weeks after his wife died. And the fact that he called his male parts his pine cone, and he had a burner phone that he called his boner phone, and he had all these women, whatever, all that stuff just
Kind of hot,
out.
actually. It makes me like him more.
Let
me see. Let me see the pine cone.
He was texting
Right.
women saying his pine cone set off the metal detector.
Hot.
Hot. Like, is it misshapen?
Anyway, I don't know if that's what you mean, but here's what I have noticed. 2 things. One, my favorite political panel show. If you don't know anything about what's going on in the world of politics, I'm going to plug a different channel, not mine. It's it's Brahma Bulls, the bullpen. In this
yeah.
I know you've been on there before, but they always keep me informed of what's going on. And so if you were watching that show, it wouldn't have been a surprise that he was going to lose, because they're one of the only, like, they're like the best. What's everybody saying in the chat?
Somebody just said the word chode.
What else would you call your booty call phone?
I'm done.
Better than an
I say on this show, the chat is Diana Ross, and I am just the Supremes, because they are.
You are Mary Wilson. You bring problems.
Okay, so here's the 2 things. JD Vance came out and said about Massey, which is true, that it's great to have to not stay with the pack on everything and to think independently and to have your own voice. However, if that's what you're always doing and you're always voting with the other side, you're going to have few friends left because we can never count on you when we need you. And that was the speech JD Vance had given that was getting clipped a lot recently about how a lot of Republicans think he's always voting with the Democrats. And if you look at some of the praise he's gotten recently, it's from like Code Pink and Medea Benjamin and all the AOC and like all the crew, like Hassan, like all the leftists love him. So to me, what's interesting is just his fans, because all I was noticing is that I don't have a strong opinion about him. I've been reading the back and forth, but his fans I've developed an opinion about because they are some of the most emotional man children on X at the moment, in my opinion. The diehard ones, not the like, oh, I like Massey, not those kind, but the diehard ones, they get really emotional.
I have it pulled up, but before we get into such smut, can I just side note for one moment? We need to give a shout out. So my dad, he's on stage right now. He's performing a concert, but I know he's very looking forward to watching the stream after it ends. So I just want to say it was my dad's birthday the other day.
Happy birthday, Mike's dad.
Happy birthday.
Just want to say for when you're watching, happy birthday, Dad. This is him.
95.
He just turned 95 a few days ago.
Fantastic. Now, you say he's performing a concert. What does he do? Is he singing? Is he playing an instrument? What is he doing?
Oh, not singing. He's a musician. He's a writer, orchestrator, conductor, music producer, just overall musician. And nice. I actually just found out he was on his first, other than mine, his first podcast the other day, being interviewed about his music career.
At 95, that's his first one. I love that. Your dad he's just a superhero.
Yeah, he's my best friend. He's my hero. So just wanted to say happy birthday, Dad. Glad you're watching this.
He's an Energizer bunny.
Yeah, seriously. He's not gonna live to just 100. Like, we're aiming for 200. So yeah.
Sage, there's a creature in your
it's a creature. We call that a canine, Keri. He or she is adorable. Is that a greyhound of some sort?
He's a greyhound, and he is extremely upset about how hot it has been here he is very temperamental, and we don't have the ACs in yet, and he has been like this for about 48 hours. He would like you to just be aware of his struggle and his suffering.
I feel him because it's I'm in Vermont and it's hot and I haven't put my AC in yet either. And I'm about to do it.
I mean, Josh, I think I'm only like 2.5 hours from you, so yeah, it's the same thing. It's like we just got hit.
Well, right, you're in New England too. You know how it is. It's fucking. People think no, it's not Florida. It's obviously it's not Florida, but summers in the Northeast are hot and humid. It is so muggy up here. It is never a dry heat. It's never a dry heat in New England.
No, it's been brutal, and yeah, we don't have the ACs in yet, so it just came out of nowhere today. It was like, high 80s yesterday.
Ugh, I know, it's repellent.
It's gross. So anyway, he is not happy. My other one, my Basset mix, he's fine because he was a rescue from Mexico. So he's just lounging. He's like, thank God. Like, he hates the winter.
Is he here legally?
He is. He has papers. He has a passport.
Because I will call ICE.
No, I know. He is a legal immigrant, and so is my greyhound is an immigrant from Ireland. So we have two immigrants. So both legal, both papers, both very patriotic.
Are they both vaccinated?
Well, they had
and boosted. Don't forget, and boosted.
Yeah, well, both of them actually have really. We've had dogs with issues before, but these two, when it comes to the vet, it's like, I mean, there's just nothing you can do short of like really putting them out fully. There's very little you can do. So they're both very big in the medical freedom movement in terms of what they will and will not accept at their veterinary exams. It's very minimal. You know, they're big into medical freedom for themselves. So
I love it.
yeah.
I wish I could find a vet like that.
Well, before we get into
No, I
all
meant
of our
the dogs, not the vet. Josh, I meant my dogs are big into the medical freedom movement.
Oh, I'm sorry. See,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about your vet.
I'm
too.
only
Okay.
51 and I may as well be 85, whatever.
No, I can understand.
That's gay
No,
85.
and then when we take them, they are not having it. It doesn't matter how many, you know, calming drugs we give them and we prep them, like they will take very little. Okay. So I look at the vet and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. They're big into medical freedom and they're resisting. They're saying no, they are declining these procedures. Thank you.
Well,
That's it.
before we get into all of our smut and pine cones, let me just say, obviously, if you guys aren't, follow all of these lovely people. The links are below. Subscribe to all their stuff. And if you feel so inclined, send in your super chats. Helps support the channel by super chatting or become a channel member. Do all the stuff. Anyway, yeah, by the way, also tweet us, #pinecone.
Pine cone.
Hey, Courtney. So I have his texts right here, unfortunately.
What? No.
Oh, you do? Oh, good.
Josh, should we do a dramatic reading?
Sure. Yeah, please.
Okay, do you want to be the dumb girl in blue and I'll be the pervert?
Oh, yeah, I'm good at that.
Okay, should I zoom or can you see?
I can see it. So, all right, let me start.
Oh,
He froze.
that frozen position.
He froze. Saying la. Josh, if you can hear us, you are frozen, and you were frozen going
Josh,
lol.
you are frozen in the best position ever. I'm screen capping this. Oh my god, there's his OnlyFans profile picture. Oh my god. He froze in the dumb girl.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Oh, sorry about that,
You're
guys.
back.
I guess I was frozen.
Well, you froze in the best possible position.
It was an OnlyFans position.
Oh, really? Okay.
Said, lol.
All right. Lol emoji. Love you, Thomas.
I love you very much, baby. Pinecone set the machine off again.
No way.
I got the full-on groin pat down.
That's hilarious. And you took the pill.
The pill, like the boner pill?
Is that what she means?
Yeah, I think.
Is that what I
I
mean?
think he's
The
coming to
airport?
see her. Yes, because he's coming to see her.
Dude touched him multiple times.
He calls
Him
it
like his
him. Pinecone. Yeah.
Him. Touched him multiple times.
Oh boy. I wonder if where I lost weight has caused him to be a larger proportional deviation from my body for the scanning purposes.
It sounds like he went to science and math school.
Thighs to pine cone ratio, lol.
Oh, lol. That's probably a parameter called third leg ratio.
This is nerd sexting.
I have to get through this so I can comment. Have your kids responded?
How did we segue from the pine cone to the dick to the kids? Leave your kids out of your sexting, you sick fuck. And oh yeah, here's a chopstick and some Panda Express. Love you very much, darling.
Okay, well,
Ugh.
I'm pretty sure that I just got a yeast infection from just reading that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I still think it's hot.
I feel like
I don't even know what he looks like.
I don't know. It sounds like he's got a big one, though.
Is he your type, Josh?
Men are my type.
Yeah,
You're talking to a celibate homosexual, so it's not like I actually do anything.
Hey, I basically am as well at this point. It has been, please.
I mean, whatever, it's not my type or my favorite, but you know, a pine cone would.
No, he's probably going to have one hell of a feminine style meltdown.
I want a shirt that says thighs to pine cone ratio. So who's he texting? Is this like one of his whores? Is this his gumad?
So one of his former girlfriends who he started dating right after his first wife died has come forward. I think her name is Cynthia West, and I've only seen clips of it. She's done video interviews, and I mean, my gut reaction to it is everything she's saying is true, but also she likes the attention and is clearly, the timing's interesting. I do agree. There are the people who support Massey who are like, what about the timing right before the election? I'm like, yep, there's a reason it's happening right before the election. However, I also think what she's saying is true. She's got the text to back it up. And wait,
why is she releasing these texts? Does she have an axe to grind or something?
Yeah, she says that he got her fired. Like, he helped her get her job at some other person in politics, like working in some political office. And then when she broke off the affair with him, or the relationship with him, that he got her fired. And so that's her axe to grind, is that he got her fired, I guess. And that he creeped. And then otherwise it's nothing illegal, or it's just he made her.
Right. I mean,
he's a creep, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, actually, I mean, again, I this is literally the first time I'm hearing about any of this. Mm-hmm. Is he a creep? I mean, here's what I mean. Here's what I mean by this. What we're talking about here, like you just said, Keri, mm-hmm. There's nothing illegal going on here. There's nothing illegal going on here. There's nothing even outside of, whether you agree with it or not, the amount of public obscenity that we see normalized every day. This is a private conversation between two consenting adults who are having sex, and one of them had the gaucheness, and that's being mild, to release it. What about this makes?
Okay, so I'll answer your question.
Makes someone a creep?
I think he's creepy. The stuff I've seen, just because of the proximity to his wife passing away, and the fact that it was multiple women, and one of them was a married woman, Lauren Boebert, whatever, the gun-toting floozy.
He was Lauren Boebert.
Yeah. And there were so many of them allegedly. Again, this is all alleged. Who knows? We shouldn't even know that it's. I'm just so tired of.
Yeah, we shouldn't really know this. Actually,
there's always a sex scandal. It's like, why can't you just be honorable people?
How is it possible?
Can I just say, by the way, I remain the only man on the right who has yet to have a sex scandal.
I know you don't. What? Why are you so honorable?
I'm trying to not be.
Can I
thought this year would be my sex scandal.
Well, it's Slocum. If you disagree, I'm here for that conversation, because I don't really have strong opinions about it, other than even if I don't
understand what we're doing anymore. I really don't. I mean, I don't even know how it's possible to have sex scandals in the era that we're living in, because nobody keeps, and because I talk about this all the time, right? Like, I like bawdy fun humor. Obviously, I'm making fun. I'm like, oh yeah, I would with the pine cone. We're having fun, right? But people out every day, like on their public facing accounts, are on Substack, on Twitter, on Instagram, more women than men, but plenty of men are doing it now too, are talking about the intimate details of their sex life. They're bragging about what they call their body count. I mean, we are so obscene at baseline now. I mean, the baseline, quote, normal way we talk sexually in public was considered, it was the kind of thing that really could get you arrested for disseminating obscene material 25, 30 years ago. How is it possible that we even have sex scandals anymore? I mean, how can we have those without it just being complete hypocrisy?
Because that's not what you see online. Is not everyone, and like what you see. I agree with you. That culture is there. That culture of over the top, disgusting, oversharing, crudeness, especially among women. I'm so tired of women. It's not just sexual stuff, but bodily function stuff too. There was this whole movement towards like women talking about poop and whatever, burping and all this just gross
In
stuff
what
that's like
I thought
a
you
lack
were
of
gonna say
decorum.
free bleeding.
And I hate all of that. What?
I thought you were going to say free bleeding.
All that too. All of it's just disgusting. And so yes, that's out. That culture has gone in that direction. But culture's not like a static thing. That's how one culture gets subverted and another one grows up. And I think a lot of people are tired of it. I don't think I'm a lone person. I think a lot of people are tired of it, and they're starting to ask, like, what's happened to this society? And like, can we have a return to decorum? Can we have a return to? He says he's a Christian. If he's a Christian, then I don't expect. When I'm voting, I generally don't take that stuff into, because I'm trying to pick the best politician. But as a person, do I judge? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Can I give you guys my opinion on this?
Yeah.
So personally, when it comes to his creepy sexual stuff, I get it. Generally speaking, though, I'm pretty unmoved. And the reason I'm unmoved by that is because, one, sex scandals are not new to politics. That's all.
Yeah. Look at JFK.
Right. That's just what I was thinking of.
Everyone.
Additionally, I'm sorry, but like the whole Me Too era really soured me on having any kind of outrage about the improprieties of men. All right. I don't know what to tell you. Women, you did that to yourselves. Enjoy the consequences.
Breaking news: men are whores.
Right.
Yeah, breaking 2026 news: women are fucking whores too.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, the level of obscenity out of women, it is markedly disproportionate.
Yeah.
Markedly disproportionate.
Sorry, Sage.
But no. I was just gonna finish, because I know there were some people who were against him because of that type of stuff. That was not anything that's gonna sway me.
Agreed.
Don't like him because I think he is feminized and Islamized, and to me, those are a deadly combination that will destroy Western civilization. I do not trust any man who weeps openly over the third world. I do not.
Oh wait, okay. This is I'm interested. I'm interested in hearing more details. So you said feminized. So I was going to ask you what you meant by that. You're saying in public he started crying over a Middle Eastern issue? Really?
I'm being a little hyperbolic, but I'm saying he's incredibly emotional, and I think that he has fallen into a lot of what we have always kind of seen on the left, which is that America is inherently corrupt. Look at how evil we can be, guilt-ridden. And I think that he also has this like pathology of, I'll just call it like teenage rebellion syndrome. Like he wants to be seen opposing something. So whether it's Trump, it's the Republicans, it's just these kind of these baseline assumptions. Josh, you talked about this on Sunday night, right? Like all of the baseline kind of assumptions we have as a nation. What I'm seeing is that as much as those have always been challenged on the left, they're now being challenged on the right, just from a different, with a different aesthetic, right? But it still kind of feels like you're just taking a different scenic route to the same destination that is destruction, where both sides are telling you that your magical utopia is going to somehow rise from the ashes of everything that you love, right? So that's my problem. I think that he uses a veneer of American patriotism to push some very anti-American and kind of third world globalist type of things.
There's a lot of people doing that lately.
Issue.
Yeah.
Can I say, by the way, let me know if this is just me or if you guys have realized this, but when it comes to Gen Z or the way things are nowadays, has anybody noticed that it's this very strange dichotomy? Because on the one hand, like you were talking about, it is the most obscene, the most degenerate. It is so over the top. And then on the flip side of that, these same people will play this very puritanical role where they're like, oh, if a man looks at a woman, it's assault.
It's
or,
pedophilia.
If a 29-year-old
If there's an age gap of more than 1 year, it's pedophilia.
Yeah.
Do we think that's the same group, though?
Good point. Is that the same group?
Are those the same people? Because I'm not sure they're the same people.
Also, by the way, most importantly, dude, zombie, hey. Thanks for the super chat, dude. First time viewer here. What's up? Wait.
Welcome.
Welcome to the crazy train. Hold up. Here it is. I'm learning how to do sound effects. First time viewer here, and I clicked on the sub button because you're Mads, bro. I love Mads. I gotta get him back on here. He's one of my favorite people. By the way, I don't think Mad will be my friend anymore for me using this avatar. Is that him? Who is that?
It's Mad.
What's a Mad?
Mad Cheesemo. He's a streamer.
He's
okay.
Amazing. That's
Mad.
him?
Yeah, I think that's him.
That's
So one other quick thing
picture.
about Massey that Slocum may not be aware of is that he, as to your point about grandstanding, Sage, I think he's taking the very wrong position on some things, but it's explained by his extreme fundamentalist libertarianism. Sometimes I think of libertarians as fundamentalists. I really do.
Yeah, well, some
They're
of them
all
are.
perverts.
Yeah, and one of those was his he would not vote to fund ICE, and he like publicly was grandstanding against the ICE agent who shot those two leftist interferer people. Like, you know, he and I just was like, you're on the wrong side of this, dude. Like, they were legally within their rights. These people were trying to de-arrest, which is not a thing. They were interfering. They tried to attack the officer. Like, it's he was on the wrong side of that. That was one recent thing. So I don't know. I was just trying to think. I don't know a whole lot about. I don't have strong opinions either way, but
yeah.
But Zombie, thank you so much for the super chat and for being new time viewer and for being friend of Mads. So yeah, if you guys feel so inclined, send in your super chats, keep the lights on the channel, and join the crazy train and like the stream. I know that's asking a lot of things. However, become a channel member on top of that. I'll ask more things. Yeah, for me, I feel like that's all I need to know. Like people bitching about ICE. What I feel like you really see what people are made of when it comes to the current thing. Because whenever it's the current thing, there is such pressure that is put on you, whether it's COVID, whether it's trans, whether it's ICE. And people who buckle to that pressure of whatever that current thing is, we don't need them.
You know, the other thing though too is I kind of feel like for some people, certainly not all. I'm going to do the Josh is not all.
Not all.
But I think when it comes to challenging things, we have people who are now exploiting the fact that they didn't fall for COVID, therefore you should believe this totally ridiculous thing that I'm telling you.
Yes,
because I didn't fall for COVID. So that it's like,
Yeah, belief is not fungible.
like,
you know what's worse? People who did fall for COVID and have since woken up and regret taking the shot or whatever, and then are trying to lecture you.
That too. And I also feel like, you know, when it comes to that, it's like, look, and I think, Mikey, I said that last time I was on your stream, is like, there was plenty of people who, quote, didn't fall for COVID, but because they had families to support or parents they needed to visit or whatever obligations they had, still had to comply, right? Like that group exists. Okay. My fiance is in that group. I was in that group. Like that exists. So to just be like, well, I didn't fall for this, so therefore, like if you did, no, stop it. But I do think that we see people, and Keri's right too about the other side, but like who just exploit COVID is like, okay, well now I'm just anointed and I will tell you what's real and what's not. And it's like, just shut up. This is ridiculous. And that is definitely something that I see Massey types do as well.
Is he beloved by the Hamas hoes?
Yes.
Why?
because he thinks Israel is responsible. He already said if he lost, it's because of Israel. He already said that.
Oh, I turn on the faucet and water comes out. It's because of Israel.
It just it
He
is
said
so
that
infuriating.
at a rally. He's like, oh, if I lose and you want to know who to blame, here's a number to call, and it's definitely going to be an area code in Tel Aviv. I mean, just
Come on.
I'm so tired of the Israel. They're obsessed.
It's so stupid. Even if one has, can I say, I would like to say something about this. I will disclose my general disposition first. Okay. I don't believe that Israel is committing genocide. Okay. I think that is it. I find it insulting that I have to say that. I find it angering that I have to say that.
Agreed.
I'm not an expert on the Middle East. It appears to me, this is not my bailiwick. I'm not heavily invested in this. I do not read the news for this kind of stuff. Okay. So I'm not a policy wonk on this. It does appear to me that there are some legitimate political concerns with the closeness between American politicians and the Israeli government. Not because it's Israel, not because it's Jews, but because it's a foreign government. And there appear to be people who have reasonable objections to that very close relationship. That's what it appears to me to be. Okay. Yeah. I'm defending myself. I'm pre-defending myself to get something out.
No.
But you have to do it with everything now.
Yep.
But it is obvious to me that the Palestinians, Hamas, the people, this is, first of all, I think Islam is basically religion for psychopaths, literal clinically diagnosable psychopaths, and that you have to agree to adhere to a psychopath ideology in order to be part of it. I'm not saying everybody who's Muslim is a psychopath, but yes, I am. Do I think it's a bad religion? Yes, I do think it's a bad religion. And I think that adherents are dangerous. I don't want it around. I don't like it. I don't support it. Right. I'm not trying to make anybody stop believing what they can believe, but no, I don't like it. I don't like it. But it is obvious to me that this is it seems like I've been watching since October 7th in 2023, that I have been watching it almost literally beginning within 24 hours after the attack, watching people tell Israelis, not Israeli politicians, normal people, just people who live there, mothers, fathers, grandmothers, daughters, sons, that they have to allow these people to rape and kill them, and that they may not defend themselves.
Yes.
Because defending yourself against being raped and killed and terrorized is genocide. I'm sorry, I've got no time for this. On the other hand, this issue has gotten so fraught that I also think there are reasonable objections to make against Israeli foreign policy. I also think there are reasonable objections to make against Americans and Westerners, excuse me, don't go too far with this, who are Jewish, who are way too invested in the left-wing view and will do anything Israel says. I think there are reasonable objections across the political panoply here. I don't know why this is so difficult and so emotional for people.
It's not, other than online. In real life, nobody is, well, okay.
I've encountered this in real life.
I have. It started leaking. I do know some friends in real life who've gotten pulled into the, I call it Jewanon, where
Brilliant.
But that other people call. I didn't come up with that. I saw it somewhere and it's like, that's it, because it's very crazy. The longer, the deeper they go into it. I do know some friends in real life who've gotten pulled into it, but they are people who are heavily online. And so the people I know, like in my town, who don't spend as much time as we do on YouTube or podcasts or X and stuff, they don't have any weird kind of like, the Jews or this or that. And it's like they have normal, what you said is very normal and balanced. They might have normal concerns about, but they don't have any, and they don't call it Janice, I'm with you. I have very few opinions about Israel. Actually, I don't know very much about it. I was just saying this to someone 3 days ago. I said, but in real life, we were having a conversation. I said, but one thing I do know is when I am being manipulated with language, because I left the woke cult, and they use words all the time incorrectly to cause hysteria and to emotionally manipulate you. And they say things like, you have to go along with sterilizing children, or you are for suicide of trans kids. I'm sorry if I've said a word on your channel I shouldn't say. Anyway,
say anything. This is a free speech zone.
They do that all the time, and it's an emotionally manipulative lie, and I hate that. And they also use words incorrectly all the time. And so that was what a red flag was when I was being told, and I have been told many times in the past year now that a genocide is happening. And I'm like, you are abusing that word in order to emotionally manipulate, and you shouldn't have to emotionally manipulate to make your point. If you want to bring me over to your way of thinking, if you want to be good at persuasion, what you're doing, manipulation, works on some people. It does not work on me. It actually has the opposite effect. Makes me angry that you would do, and very skeptical about why you would use that. And I try to be careful with my language, and I respect people who are careful with their language. The other thing it does, just let me quickly get this out, because you maybe think of it, Slocum, is it's a lie. There's a lie buried in that too, which is if you don't call it genocide, that you are somehow okay. You like war, and you like innocent casualties of war, and you're okay with you think that's dandy. No, that's a lie to say, because what you're doing is you're basically saying you're never allowed to use self-defense. You're never allowed to defend yourself as a country. I'm sorry, I'm doing the bird hand. Why am I doing the bird hand?
What's
anyway,
the bird hand?
The thing that the women do that everybody criticizes lately.
That looks like the
and
paisano.
now,
but you need the acrylic claws though to really get it.
I'm gonna start holding something.
I do the Ashkenazi spastic hand. I do.
Let me sit on my hands. Anyway, I just don't like that. I don't like you lying and pretending that anybody who's pro-war, give me a break. Like, who's like, oh, I can't wait for, war is something that happens, unfortunately.
Why do you love rape and death? Why do you love rape and death?
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's so many different things going on. I think, to go back to one thing that Josh said, where he's like, I don't understand why everyone just gets so emotional and gets so crazy. I think part of it is because, as much as many people in this country are like, oh, we're just, we're a very secular country. This has religious roots in it, and that will get people's hackles up, and they feel a certain kind of way. In terms of the genocide claim, if Israel wanted to commit a genocide, or if it didn't care about civilians, then this whole thing would have been over on October 8th. Okay,
that's true.
Because they have the power.
They could just do it if they wanted to,
and they don't. And I'm sorry, there is no genocide in history where the population increases. That is categorically insane to claim. Okay, after the war that led to the quote Nakba, right? The Palestinian population went from about 1 million to 300,000. Lot were displaced and killed. Okay, today there are 6 million Palestinians living in Palestine, in their quote ancestral homeland. There are 7 million Jews. There is a difference of 1 million. There are also over 2 million Palestinians that live with full citizenship and full rights in Israel. They serve in the Supreme Court. They are doctors. They are lawyers. Okay, so this whole thing falls apart, which is why I think you see people get so into the theatrics and the emotion, because when they're met with facts, it's like it short circuits. But really what I think is going on is that for the West, the weaker side is never supposed to lose a war. We have a big underdog worship here. And so this violates something very deep. we have a mentality where the weaker side is synonymous with the righteous side, the underdog side.
If they're the underdog, then they're morally good.
Yes, they can't reconcile that
And
the
their
side
skin color.
with stronger military power might, in fact, be in the moral right. That is a violation on both the left and the right.
That is true.
So I think there's so many different things that play into this, not to mention all the geopolitical theater and everyone with their own agendas and all the different Arab countries. This serves a lot of different people. Okay. And really quick to talk about, Josh, when you were talking about the close relationship between the Israeli government and the U.S., I agree with you. I actually don't think we should be doing foreign funding. I don't understand why we're doing, and that doesn't mean you cut off the relationship. Or if there's a crisis, you don't help. It doesn't mean that. It just means we don't need to be in this big financial entanglement necessarily, right?
1 second, Sage. Let me just cut you up for one sec. Zombie, thank you so much, dude. I need to bounce. I'm glad I found your channel, and I'll check out the rest of your content. Night, guys. Thank you so much, dude. That means so much to me. I'm so glad to have you here. We do lots of fun, crazy streams. We do movie nights. We do all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm glad to have you here. So thank you so much. And also, if anyone feels so inclined, send in your super chats or become a channel member. Help support the channel. Sorry to cut you off.
No, really quick, and then I'm going to shut up for a little bit.
No, don't.
Because I'm sick of listening to myself. But
we're not.
So I agree. Like, we should cut all that off. But one thing that we need to also be aware of is that, so when Israel tries to influence or donate or whatever, it's very direct. It's within, it's money given to politicians, or they try to, just lobby for whatever. And also AIPAC is American citizens who are interested in securing that relationship. Okay, fine. I guess you can do whatever you want with your money, but that's neither here nor there. When it comes to Islamic type of influence, they don't go that route. They go through education and cultural institutions, and they put millions into it. So they're going through the culture war, not the direct political war. So it's all well and good to be like, oh, look at all this Israel, whatever. Look at what CARE donates to. Look at the Muslim neighborhood.
I've got an anecdote, I think, that will, if you don't mind, that will underline your point that I think is...
shut me up.
No, those are really good observations. And the key point that you said was the direct versus the indirect approach. And another way of describing it is hard power and soft power.
Exactly.
And soft power is unfortunately more effective and much more powerful because it disguises itself. You could liken it to the difference between an overt grandiose narcissist and a covert narcissist. The one who appears to be community-minded and appears to be kind and empathetic, but is manipulating you behind the scenes. So CARE, I now recognize CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations.
Yep.
I was taken in by them years ago in a professional capacity. I didn't do anything horrible, but I now look back on this and I recognize what was happening. So I spent 20 years as the director of yes, I was in the leftist NGO sphere. I admit it. We really were, though. Our organization was a consumer protection organization. We never got government money. We really were funded entirely on donations and dues from members. We never got government grants or anything like that. But we were the Consumer Reports of the funeral business. So we were the people that you came to when you were planning a funeral and you wanted to make sure you didn't get ripped off. You didn't want to have to spend $10,000 or $15,000 that you couldn't afford. You would come to us and we would give you information about how to shop for a grave, how to shop for a crematory, how to have a meaningful, emotionally fulfilling send-off for somebody that wasn't also too expensive and was going to bankrupt the widow, right? So that's what we did. One of the things that I spent a lot of time on, and I still believe very strongly in this, we were also a consumer lobbying organization insofar as, I frequently testified in support or against state and federal legislation. I drafted a lot of state and federal legislation at the request of lawmakers to better protect consumers from fraud in the funeral business or some kind of unfair practice, right? One of the things we had to spend a lot of time fighting for, and this is going to sound strange to people, but you just need to stay with me here, okay? Allow it to be strange, but then decide you can hear it anyway. Most people don't know this, but you have the legal right to be your family's funeral director yourself. You are not legally required in most cases to hire an outside funeral home to come in and do the death certificate, wash grandma's body, do all that. And this sounds very strange. I know it sounds really strange to people, but I want you to unstrange it a little bit in your head, please, because don't you think it would be strange if you were legally required to call a funeral home, even if you didn't want one? Are you legally required to call an ambulance service to drive your newborn baby home after you give birth from the hospital? Or are you allowed as a parent to drive the baby home yourself? You see what I mean? Are you legally required to hire a cosmetologist to cut your kid's hair? Or are you allowed to cut your kid's hair, right? The only reason this sounds weird to people is we go, ew, dead bodies, that must be illegal, right? No, it isn't. This is what everybody did before 150 years ago. Your family too, viewer, listener, right? Everybody washed and buried their own dead. I'm sorry, I'm going too far with this. I'm going on too long. We
love you. We love your.
There was an industry and a government pushback against this because the funeral industry lobbyists didn't want people to be able to do this, even though it was only going to be a small portion of the public that was interested in doing an old-fashioned in-home funeral. So we had to do a lot of lobbying to stop proposed legislation that would take that right away from people state by state. CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, contacted me, it was probably 15 years ago, because both Muslims and Jews, the more conservative of each of those, have very similar burial rituals, and they have very similar requirements. And the requirements include, if possible, having people in the religious community performing the hands-on work for the dead rather than a commercial outsider, certain rituals and observances. So quite naturally, both Jewish communities and Muslim religious communities had an interest in preserving this right so that they could bury their own dead without having to hire the outside funeral industry. So we advocated for this for secular people, for Jews, for the Amish, for Muslims. It doesn't matter. This is a human being thing, right? It's right. So CARE got in touch with us over several state laws that were threatening that right, proposed legislation, excuse me, that would have taken that right away from individual families and away from religious leaders and said, no, you have got to hire a funeral home even if you don't want one. Mm-hmm. So I worked with them, and I don't regret doing this. I mean, this is a right that does need to be preserved. I don't have to like your religion in order to recognize that you should have this right, right? But these were my days as a lefty, and I did not realize what an insidious organization CARE was, and I didn't realize. I won't go on in any more detail, but when I looked back on it behind the scenes, I could see that they were using us in a manipulative way. And they were very keen. And I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that any religious community with this interest does the same thing, not just the Muslims. They wanted discrimination points, and they wanted to portray this when we talked to the media as anti-Islamic bigotry. It had nothing to do with anti-Islamic bigotry. It did have to do with ignorance, and it had to do with states that were overstepping their legal boundaries and interfering with private family rituals, but it wasn't Muslim-specific bigotry. But that's the kind of thing that CARE does behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Well, so that's the thing, is I think people don't realize there are two sides to this conflict. Only two. You can say, oh, I don't like anyone, and that's fine, but that's very rarely what people say. There are two sides to this conflict. One of them is radical fundamentalist Islam, and the other is not radical fundamentalist Islam. So I don't know if people have just forgotten what that is, but it's very much like you said, Keri, where it's the horseshoe theory. The left and the woke right are the exact same thing. They have a lot of things in common.
what.
Yeah,
And I know
well, they-
I'm fully knowing some people don't like that phrase, but I mean the red green alliance, like whatever you want to call it.
No, but I think it's very accurate because on the left there are these certain things that are like magical thinking, that are like religious beliefs that you have to believe. There's no difference between men and women. Cops are hunting down black people in the streets.
And Islam is a religion of peace.
Mhm.
Islam is a religion of peace. And the thing is, all the Jew haters.
I kill you.
And the people
I
obsessed
actually,
with Israel,
somebody contacted me.
It-
They were concerned for my safety because I wore that burqa in a picture, Mikey. Do you remember? They were like, something might happen to you. You shouldn't do pictures like that. I'm like,
Because only one religion of peace tries to fucking murder you. It's
Well,
unbelievable. And it ain't the Jews. And so that's just what I was going to say, is that it is the exact same thing with these Jew haters who are obsessed with Israel. It is the exact same thing. They have all of these claims, and you're supposed to just believe. You're supposed to listen and believe. You're not supposed to examine the claims. You're not supposed to look into if they're true. And you guys can go look on Twitter. I made a whole post breaking down the numbers of foreign aid. Prior to October 7th, the money that we were giving Israel in foreign aid was about 5% of our foreign aid. 95% of our foreign aid was not going to Israel. Now, post October 7th, we've been giving them more. However, still about 70% of our foreign aid does not go to Israel. However,
I wanted to say something about the budget because I did want to disagree with a little bit with something you were saying, Sage, which is I used to also say, and maybe I miss it if I got something wrong, correct me, please. But I used to also say I think we should just, stop all the money and everything. I had an interview with Keri Smith. I hope I'm saying her name right. And she knows a lot more about Israel than I do. And she had some great points that honestly I hadn't heard before just because it's not a topic of my choice, much like you guys. It's not something I spent a lot of time reading about. But some of the things she talked about is, first of all, like the amount of money is so small compared to our budget. First of all, just to make sure people have their facts right, a lot of the QAnon people, if you were to listen to them all day, you would think that it's our whole budget when it's, like you said, it's 5% of foreign aid, but out of our entire budget, it's like point something percent, something very
it's
small.
like 0.01.
And so, but you wouldn't know that, just like the left, if all you did was listen to them, you would think that cops are out shooting like 100 unarmed black men every day when it's like,
it's like 20 over a year in a bad year.
Yeah. And so first there's the figures, but then second of all, she had some points about like, this foreign aid is going to a country, an ally. It's good for us to have allies. Unlike a lot of our other allies, this country is not entirely dominated. Like they're not like Canada cucks, basically. They're not entirely dominated by the woke left. Like they agree with us philosophically with our current president on some things. And then also, it helps to be able to have, like, most of the aid we give them, they are required, some kind of loan, basically. They are required to spend that money on American military manufacturers, like to give it back to countries here. Okay. And so
we get almost for it, actually.
Right. We get a lot for it. Right. And so, and then in most cases, it means we don't have to have American boots on the ground over there. We've got this ally who's right in the den of snakes, and it's their boots on the ground that we are helping to, with foreign aid, yes, to arm them and stuff. But like, we don't have to have Americans over there. We have strategic, like, because of our alliance, like they are keeping, presumably, this is how the argument goes, like the wolves off of our doorstep, hopefully. Like the wolves are on their doorstep, even going so far as to do like what we saw on October 7th. And so I kind of, after having that conversation with her, all I'll say is, I want to read more about that at some point. There's a lot of things I want to read, but at least she helped change my mind a little bit about like the money. I was like, okay, I'd never even heard these arguments made before about why it's a good thing.
Let me just do three quick points. Mikey, if you want to go first, go ahead. It's your show.
No, I was going to say, I think you were saying that you were trying to like say, even if this is how they feel, then be consistent about it and talk about foreign aid to everybody. But they don't do that.
But couple of quick points. One, I think that on some level, Israel's biggest crime is that they are the one Western-minded nation that truly understands radical Islam. That's their crime. That's the problem. And when it comes to Islam itself, I think the reason that you see this left-right, excuse me, left-right convergence is because for the left, they look at Islam and they see basically a failed group of brown people, right, who are anti-West, they're anti-imperialist, quote unquote, they're anti-capitalist, they're collectivist, therefore revolution, good, yay, right? They're saintly. The right, the sort of the, I'll call them the post-constitutional right, okay? They look at Islam and they see a cure for Western degeneracy.
Yes, they do.
That's scary.
That's terrifying.
That's where this comes together.
The red
These
green.
groups have nothing in common except that. When it comes to Jews, we're separating them from Israel. I think it breaks down like this. For the left, the Jew is the peak expression of the white oppressor. Okay? For the post-constitutional right, the Jew is the peak oppressor of white people.
Yes.
There you go.
That's how they talk about it. Yeah.
Because it completely disproves the leftist ideology in its entirety, that they claim, oh, black people could never do anything, can never succeed because 400 years ago, slavery. Jews were put in concentration camps much more recently than that, and are now one of the most successful groups. Same with Asians. Asians were put in internment camps. It's why the minority groups that they never champion, that they really don't particularly like, are Jews and Asians.
Because we didn't wallow in the victimhood.
Olympics.
Right. We didn't wallow in the victimhood. We built, we did, you know, whether it was the Holocaust or all the Jews in the Middle East who got expelled from all of their countries. It's like, okay, well, wherever we are now, we build, right? Like now,
if we ever vote, Duke says, if we ever vote for head Jew, I'm voting for Sage. Me too. I'm voting for my dad and Sage.
And here's the other thing too, that people either don't know or they just pretend isn't true. In Israel, like, yes, I understand that Ashkenazi Jews, like the white passing Jews, hello, they're very much overrepresented in the Israeli government. But the population within Israel, Jews that look like me, we're the minority. You cannot tell a Mizrahi Jew from a Palestinian. And so I think that if Mizrahi Jews were the face of the global Jew, no one would give a damn about this conflict. They'd be like, I don't know, a bunch of brown people are killing each other. This has nothing to do with us. It's because you can overlay the black versus white, slavery, everything over this conflict.
It always comes down to whitey bad with these people.
Yeah.
And what I was gonna say is I've told this story before, so for people who are watching that watch more than what, not to be a broken record. However, it really sticks out to me. This person that I know that I'd gotten into an argument with, and he's making all these claims about Israel and stuff. And the thing is, if I weren't informed, if I don't know what I'm talking about, then I'm like, oh, this sounds very bad. And again, you're supposed to just listen and believe. You're not supposed to fact check. And so he says to me, he's like, did you know that the majority of congressmen have dual citizenship with Israel? And I was like, what? That can't possibly be true.
It's zero.
It's zero. I looked it up. It's zero.
Jeez.
So that, I think, is just the perfect analogy of these people, whether it's the discrepancy in what foreign aid actually is versus what they think it is.
But they're going to tell you
these religious beliefs that we're supposed to go along with, like the same as the left, the same as, oh, cops are murdering black people, all this bullshit. And it is the exact same thing. And that's why people have very astutely called it the woke
They're going to tell you the reason that we don't have universal health care is because of the money we send to Israel. Like, we're paying for their health care. That is ridiculous.
Wait, by the way, very importantly, do I see a Tiger Smith cameo?
Tiger Garcia, please.
Tiger Smith Garcia? Or
Tiger Smith Garcia with a hyphen.
Let's see.
He's terrified. There's a big storm.
Oh, baby.
Look at him. He hates the storm. He's like,
how old is he? He looks like an old man.
oh, don't say that. How dare you? He's 11.
No, because I love like senior babies. Oh my
He doesn't like the
goodness.
storm. There was a little girl the other day. Whenever we go walking at the high school track, there's this family and this girl that we've run into several times. And the last time I saw her there, I think she's like 6. And the last time we saw her, she likes to ride her scooter up next to me and Tiger. And she's like, I don't believe you that he's 11. And I was like, why? Why? And she's like, he looks 4. And he was very flattered.
Sea Striker, you suck.
Yeah, he is. He's sensitive about his age, like Mike.
Guys, can I just tell you, I realize this is really obnoxious, but since you know my Twitter battle right now, I just need to tell you that I just tried to post something a few minutes ago and it actually went through and it's getting likes. Like I know.
What happened?
So
Also, by the way, sorry, one sec. I gotta pee. Talk amongst yourselves.
See, it's not just me. It's not just me. It's great.
So they think, why are they messing with you? They think your account is,
Okay.
they think you're a bot or something.
Well, that's what I thought originally, but after my hours-long conversation with Grok today and looking for posts that were talking about this on Twitter, no, what is happening is they rolled out a new requirement a couple of days ago specifically for free accounts. I don't have a blue check. I just never
I see.
did that. And so in this new mandate that they have, it on paper it sounds fine. You have to dig to realize why this is a problem. So they're now saying that if you're a free account, you can post, it's like you can post 50 like timeline posts per day and you can reply and you can do 200 replies, which sounds completely reasonable and fine, except that that's not real, because they have embedded in that what are called undisclosed rolling windows. So Twitter is going to determine when you can post and reply. So in other words, their windows that are undisclosed are either 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour. And if you post too many times within that window that they're not going to tell you, and you don't know when, if you post like, where am I in this window, they're going to restrict you. Even though technically you have 50 posts and 200 replies, it doesn't matter. If they think, oh, you posted too many times in an hour or too many times in 15 minutes, or you retweeted something and then you posted something and it's been 30 minutes, they're going to restrict you. And
what is the, I'm trying to reverse engineer this. Obviously they do things that they think are to their benefit.
Mm-hmm.
What benefit does this bring them?
Okay. According to Grok, the benefit is that they are trying to encourage people towards going subscribed and
getting a membership.
Paying. Okay. All right. So instead of doing that in a straightforward way with clearly disclosed rules saying you can do this for free, but you can't do this for free, you'll have to pay us $10 a month. They have to pull the cluster B manipulation.
What they want is for eventually, if you have a free account, you will only be able to like and scroll. You can't do anything else. That's what they're working towards. So basically,
I wonder how that's going to work out for them.
Exactly.
I don't see the majority of people on Twitter right now suddenly buying.
No, and
checks.
Grok then also told me that if you are a free account, which I am, the higher your follower count is, the more they're going to crack down on you, because they think they want to be able to monetize you. They want to be able to basically, they want you to succumb to the blue check, because they're like, come on, it's worth it. So I have like just over 4,000. So they're like, this is going to hit you really, really hard. So for the last, like earlier today, I couldn't even promote this stream. It wouldn't let me. And I'm like, I feel like I must look like such a bitch, because I'm just like, I can't comment. I can't do anything. But they tell you that, well, if you leave it alone for a while, it might come back, but it might not. And
might not.
You should test it every so often, but they're quick to tell you that if you test it, you can also re-trigger it to think you're some kind, like,
This is a Kafka loop.
automated. That's what it's telling everybody who's free. It thinks you're automated. So anything you try to post, it'll say, this has been flagged as auto-generated, and so we're blocking you, or we won't post this, or whatever. So yeah, it got rolled out last night, or within the last couple of days, and it finally hit me last night. So I either have to just live like this, or I guess do the blue check thing.
Yeah.
I can see, like Karen, by the way, I see a lot of you guys in the chat also watch my show. Nice to see you. It's good to see your names. Karen in the chat said the blue check is to help reduce bots too. Yep, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, that is a problem, you know, and I was, and there, you know, one of the only ways to guarantee that people are actually people is to make people pay. I understand that. No, and also Twitter is not a public service. They are a profit-making company. They're allowed to make a profit, right? So I get that. They just don't, it seems to be baked in. There's a distorted psychology that is baked into the normal standard operating procedure of all of these social media companies. And we talked about it before we put the stream live. It's information asymmetry, which is by definition an abusive act. That is abuse and manipulation of the other party in the interaction. You know, they deliberately withhold information. They tell you that you have to follow their rules, but then they tell you, but we're not going to tell you specifically what those rules are. This is abusive. It's not normal. It's not justifiable by any business practices. It wasn't a thing 20 years ago either. Like, you know, so I don't know why they can't just be straightforward.
They also told me that, like, if you want to do some kind of appeal, that you can do that, but they make sure that, you know, the odds of ever getting a human set of eyes on this are pretty much slim to none. They have very, very few human employees at Twitter.
Well, then why don't they just automate the whole fucking thing and walk away from it and just empty their bank account every month? Just walk away. You know?
Sorry, by the way, I might have had a few puffs of a cigarette, but just a few.
Michael.
I'm quitting. I'm quitting.
You've been saying you're quitting for how long?
I hadn't smoked cigarettes in like 4 years, but I'm job hunting and it's very stressful. So like once I find something, I'm quitting again. Okay, Keri had.
Josh, we need black names. How did we forget?
Oh yeah, wait. Let's watch this and then we'll get to that.
So this is
Massey.
Supposedly a very classless moment.
I would have come out sooner, but I had to call my opponent and concede, and it took a while to find Ed Galrein in Tel Aviv.
Told you.
Oh, come on. Oh, look how pleased he is with himself.
Yes, it's very popular.
I did get to call. I have called and conceded the race. We've been honorable the whole time.
We've been honorable the whole time after saying that about the man.
Is such a, you know what? That's a 12-year-old attitude. Yeah. That's a childish bit of bullshit to do.
I can't stand this crap.
This is why
I'm not interested in his pine cone anymore.
Yeah, he is so not cute. This is why
he did a glow up though. Do you know what he used to look like?
No, let's see.
I thought he was more attractive before. Quite honestly, yes.
Really?
Without the facial hair and
his work done.
Mikey, pull up that picture that I posted in the first time you shared about. I'll find it. You guys carry on. I'll find it.
That's the thing though, and that's why I like the term woke right, because it is the same thing that with the left, it's a child's view of the world. It is so comforting to them, and it's very simple to just believe that one man, Trump, is the cause of every problem in the world, every problem in your life, or if not Trump, white people. And it's the same thing with the woke right.
Well, both are desperate. Both sides are desperate to escape agency. They do not want agency.
Yep. And I really think that the Jew hatred and Jew panic is very much boosted by all these platforms. I think it's boosted by very powerful interests, because I think after 2020, millions of people came to the realization of what was going on, that we are ruled by elite globalist oligarchs of all backgrounds. It's Klaus Schwab.
Well,
it's the World Economic
this is
Forum. It's Bill
Wall
Gates.
Street, Occupy Wall Street all over again. They know that identity politics can break up a movement, and it broke up Occupy Wall Street, woke lefted, and so this is the same. They've introduced. I view it as like this: is like the devil was selling this identity politics stuff and authoritarianism to the left for a long time, and then once people realize, like, hey, that's the devil. Then he like comes over to the right and is like, hey, I got this new, he's like selling the same thing, but it's to the right. And it's like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like the boogeyman. This race is in charge of everything. They're the root of all your problems, whether it's white men bad, or Jews bad. It keeps you from looking at like what the real problems are, because then you're focused on this thing that you can't ever really. It's kind of like, how are you ever gonna? It's a lie. First of all, it's a sleight of hand, and so you're gonna spend your whole life frustrated because you can't like get out from under the thumb of the Jews, like. But you could really do something if you could identify that. First of all, some of your problems are your fault. Remember that cartoon? People don't like that. Some of your problems are your fault. But also, we are all, like you said, it's oligarchs. It's this push towards globalization, like the powerful. It's not limited to one. Why limit yourself? It's not limited to one group of people. Anyway, it's an ideology. It's not a people group.
Because we have been duped before by the woke left, we're very easily able to spot it from the woke right. That it's what you said with Occupy Wall Street. There were a lot of valid points behind Occupy Wall Street, and then they introduced identity politics.
Yep.
And it was the progressive stack, and it was ranking human beings by their identity traits. You never heard another word about Wall Street. You never heard another word about bankers. It's all
true.
White
it just
people,
went away.
Black people.
Yep.
Like, they're getting ready. Here's some things I was thinking about. So one of my Facebook friends who's a leftist posted, this. It's funny because those guys are basically, I forget about the woke left. Obviously they still exist, but I see a lot more from the Jew hating supposed right lately. So when I see the woke left and they're still, it's like kind of cute, like, oh, you're still there with your blue hair and your nose ring and you're still like, doing your thing, like no kings. Anyway, this guy was like, he was saying, we'll never get our country back from after Trump. He's basically said the country's broken irrevocably and we'll never be able to trust another election. And he was like, I maybe should move my family out of the US, but I don't know where. He was like really blackpilling. And I wrote to him and I just said in the comments, I was like, hey, listen, we already went through a rigged election in 2020 and we didn't lose our heads and we kept hope about us. And we came out the other side in large part because your fellow countrymen, a lot of us liberals, voted for Trump. So, he can't fix everything overnight, but we're in a better place than we were a little while ago. And, just keep your head about you. And here, I do think your doom, he's blackpilling, but about the wrong thing. Cause I was like, here's what's coming down the pike. And first of all, he said something about the American experiment being failed possibly. And I was like, do you know that John Adams said our country's political system was formed for a moral and God-fearing people, for a Christian people, and it is not fit to survive. It's wholly inadequate for any other kind of people. So sometimes I also worry that the American experiment might be failing, but not for the reasons this guy is saying, not because of Trump, but because we are no longer a God-fearing people. And coming down the pike, we've got digital ID. They're going to do the COVID, like the whole COVID protocol again with something else.
Oh, the hentai virus.
And they'll probably do it with a few things, and then they'll try to do it permanently with something like climate, right? But that's going to happen. This encroachment on our private property rights, which is basically, that's private property is freedom. So that's going to keep happening. They're trying to buy up all the property and keep us from owning property. That's going to keep happening. And they're trying to like attack the Second Amendment, which is the amendment that backs up all the other Bill of Rights. And that's going to keep happening. So there's lots of dystopian things to be blackpilling about, but like, Trump, Like it's just they're not in the same. They're not playing the same game. They're not even on the checker. They're not even playing checkers. They're doing the Cracker Barrel one where you're just jumping little pegs. They're playing the peg game.
They're playing Connect 4.
Super chat. CV, thank you so much, dude. Woke right is a garbage argument. Also, thank you for the disagreement. I genuinely appreciate it. Glad you're here. Woke right is a garbage argument. The burglar and the homeowner are not the same because they're both fighting, and we took the blame already. But for me, I think it's a great term because I think it's people who claim to be on the right. It's not, to me at least, it's not the real right. It's not the actual right. But it's the same views of the woke left. It's identitarianism. It's blaming other people. It's no responsibility. So I don't view that as the right. I view that as just a different flavor of the left. And the thing is, a lot of these people really are leftists when it comes down to it. You have Nick Fuentes telling people to vote Democrat. There was Richard Spencer, who was the leader of the Charlottesville shit, other than the SPLC. And he endorsed Joe Biden and said, vote for Joe Biden. So I really think a lot of these people are just leftists claiming to be on the right.
I don't understand.
They always come out and support the Democrats, these guys. The other reason is these guys, if you look at their policies, like there's one here in my backyard of one of these fake woke right charlatans, Joel Webbin. Okay. He's the pastor who was having a sexual affair with a congregant for 8 months before he escaped church discipline in California, came to Texas, stopped being a leftist hippie preacher and became a woke right Christian nationalist preacher. But this guy's, his whole thing is about smearing Christians and what we believe. And everything he encourages is the opposite of Christianity and the opposite of conservatism. And he finally came out and said, we're not conservatives, like they're fascists. Some of them are saying we're fascists. You know what he says? He says the government should have a right, CBGZ, the government should have a right to come and seize your church, your property, to take it and to redistribute it. That is a leftist belief that the government has a right to take your private property. You know, they believe in a redistribution of wealth. They have a different phrase for it, but they believe in, like, a lot of the things they believe are the same. The only difference is, there's a couple differences, but one is the order in which they put the identity groups, like who gets what.
Who's at the top.
Right, but they are against individual liberty. They will choose government, authoritarianism, and tyranny over liberty. They believe we need a strong man to come in. They are the ones who say classical liberalism and American, like the Constitution, has failed. It can't defeat leftism. It can't defeat communism. Only fascism can defeat communism. And what I'm saying is, no, fascism is communism. They're basically the same thing. They're slightly different. It's two sides of the same coin. And I think it's Satan trying to sell us that lie instead of just saying, like, no, freedom is the antidote. Liberty is the antidote. It doesn't mean that you can't have law. We do need rule of law. We do need the government. We do need an authority, I believe. But you can't say that like the founders were so concerned about making sure that the government didn't come in and take away our rights to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That's why the Bill of Rights is all about things they can't do to us. You know, they can't do these things to us. Here it is. We have to write these down. And then they were even afraid they were like, what if by writing these down and enumerating them in the future, people go, well, these are the only things the government can't do. And they're like, we know that's a risk, right? To put that anyway, I'm getting far afield, I guess. But the point being, they're not on the right. I guess technically they are in some weird way, but they're not.
Right. The thing is,
This
you
is
gotta,
great.
the
Right is just another form of rhino, Republican in name only.
the thing I was
Sorry,
going to say, everything Keri was just talking about with the woke right, or whatever term we want to use, where it's, you know, the authoritarianism, right? Everything you just described. Well, Islam fits perfectly into that.
That's why they don't mind Islam.
That's why they don't mind it, because they actually see Islam pretty correctly, except their assessment is, oh, okay, good, I want this for America. The left believes the religion of peace delusion. Okay, but so this is the problem. The side that actually can assess it pretty accurately, they're like, all right, sign us up. This is what we need. And do you know who the first person was who did the whole religion of peace thing? Do you know who that was? That was George W. Bush. That
Was it?
started that.
Wow.
Oh my God.
after
sense.
9/11.
How? Yeah, that's right. How did I forget that? But how do you say such a fucking retarded falsehood? That is just fucking retarded.
Josh,
They
it's
just
a religion
they
of
just
peace.
flew up. They just blew up the goddamn World Trade Center, flew into the Pentagon, crashed a plane in Pennsylvania, and you're going to come out there and say, this is not about Islam. Islam is a religion of peace. You know, I remember this now, and I remember that even when I was a leftist, and I was very much a leftist in those days, but even I recognized that was insane, and that I found it strange. And when I say strange, I mean I wonder what's actually going on behind the surface. I found it very strange that any Republican was motivated to say that at that time. You know, that was just weird.
It's the religion of peace. They'll leave a piece of you over here, a piece of you over
That was
there,
one of
a
the
piece on the
biggest
ground.
To Islam ever. They didn't start that. We started that.
Let me pull this up, and then I want to segue to something else. CB, thanks so much for the super chat. The end to the all white, all male cockpit, New York Times. I can see that. I can see that focus on me. I can react to that. I can defend myself. Well, the thing I would say about the woke right, though, is just literally just replace the word white for Jew. And it's the exact same shit that they're saying. It is finding an identity group to blame and lie and pin every problem in the world on.
He says, no one, that doesn't make me woke. Who said it made you woke? Why are you acting like you got hit? Like you, here's what I don't understand about people that get reactive, because I would react to this headline in the New York Times too, because that's a racist, sexist headline about white men. I would react to it too. So what is it that you think I'm saying or that someone's saying that you think is indicting you? I don't understand.
May I offer something on this? Since I'm one of those who objects to woke right as well, and I'm not going to go off like a frog in a sock at anybody.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I think I understand. I do think I understand why this is so provocative to some people. It's often provocative to me. Well, I can only speak for, I guess, the place where it bothers me. I think it was an unfortunate. I think that the kinds of people that are supposed to be described by that term are real. They do exist. Like you've mentioned a lot of them tonight, Keri. You know, this is real. There are people on the right who are doing the same kind of shit. Absolutely true. And my opinion of them is the same as your opinion of them. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're any better than the left either. But the problem, it was a very unfortunate coinage because it doesn't, we can't entirely blame people for having an emotional reaction to this because it is an emotional word. And when people hear you're saying, you know, not you personally, Keri, but when people hear people saying you're just as here's the problem. People like those of us here, some other people we know who are nuanced thinkers, clear-headed thinkers, know how to distinguish between one group and another, know how to navigate arguments in an honest way. Many of the people, and once woke right sort of got released out into the wider discourse, it has been very badly abused. Mm-hmm. And you know what bothered me about it. I mean, what CB said there, and he's a friend of the show, and I agree with him on a lot of this stuff. I have experienced this too. My view of this is, I've seen people, lots. It's not just a few, lots. They will pull that term out as a means of, they do say, I know Keri Smith isn't saying this, but they do use it in a way that says, you're both fighting and it doesn't matter who started it. They won't distinguish self-defense from being on the same moral plane.
This is very true.
And also the kinds of people, the commentators who are named as part of the woke right very frequently are not at all that. You may disagree with them. You may hate them for reasons. I'm saying you generally, it's not a specific person. But I think we had a phone conversation a while ago, Keri, where I said, you know, I see people I'll take Matt Walsh as an example. I'm a fan of Matt Walsh.
Me too.
But I have seen James Lindsay has called him woke right repeatedly. Many people in that crowd have called him woke right as well. And they have indeed, yes, used that argument that you're just as bad as, you're just as bad as, you're just as bad as. And, you know, you can only take so much of that. So I think, I don't have any more to say about it, but I think that's where the comes from.
I have a caveat there. He actually clarified he did not call him woke right. He may have since then. But when he first got accused of that, I went through and looked. He did not call him that. He said he was carrying water for the woke right. And he was like,
that's a distinction without a difference.
Right. I think that no, but I think some people carry water without intending to. So I understood what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I understand what he's trying to say too, and it was still bullshit.
But here's what he said that I agreed with, and I think even Matt Walsh has got egg on his face, and I'm a big fan of his. I'm one of his biggest fans, but I think he has egg on his face right now because he just did a video where he was saying a lot of the same stuff James Lindsay's been saying on that I and other, tons of people have been saying for a year or two. And he was like, basically, we are not going to support sociopaths as, and it's like, that's kind of what we've been trying to say like a year ago or whatever that you were arguing with. After Charlie Kirk was assassinated, Matt changed his position. Here's something I took issue with him that I thought he got wrong. And I'm still a huge fan. And I said, this is something as I thought you got wrong. He suddenly was like, he did this whole thing about like, we have to unite with everyone who claims to be on the right, even if they're not on the right. And so that is not true. We don't have to unite with every con artist and grifter who says they're on the right. In fact, that's a problem that I have with the left is that as any crazy psychopath could come to the left and be like, I'm on the left and I'm a liberal. You're not a liberal. You're illiberal. But somehow like the liberals embraced all these illiberal sociopaths and made them like king of the party, and it destroyed the left and it almost destroyed the country. And so people called him on this, and somebody, I think it was it might have been Sour Patch Lid. Somebody was like, I missed 2017 Matt Walsh and linked to a couple of articles of his where he said white supremacists have no place in the conservative movement. Conservatives will never unite with people like Fuentes. We don't need to unite with these people are not part of the conservative movement. He was very clear, and he acknowledged that his position had changed, and he said, I'm no longer 2017 Matt Walsh. Basically, he was saying, I am now saying we have to unite even with these crazies because the left killed Charlie Kirk. Okay. So he admitted he was emotional and everything. Well, since then, that was September or October, it was after Charlie was murdered. Well, since then, very recently, he seems to have come back to 2017 way of thinking. And he put out this video that I thought was very well done, where he was saying, basically going back to the idea of like, we don't need to unite with someone just because they say that they're on the right. And so I think that's good enough. I'm glad he's come back to his old way of thinking, but there are some who now are also saying, well, you should, acknowledge, how it is.
Yeah, I do. It's a hot house.
It's a hot house about it. But I'm just happy that he seems to be back on the 2017 page. And I also make allowances for people being very emotionally disturbed and saying things out of that emotion after that assassination, because that affected everybody. You don't have to know Charlie Kirk personally or anything for that to have affected you. That was going to be one of those moments, I think. Yeah. On our deathbed will be, like that's one of those things that you'll tell your kids and grandkids about. That's like that like the way that my mother-in-law talks about Kennedy.
They clapped about it and they smiled and they made orgasmic noises and they did it on video and they put it out under their own names.
Because
that's where we live now. That's the United States now. That's our culture now.
Right, because we witnessed something so evil and I'm talking about not just the assassination, but you're talking about, which is a lot of our countrymen celebrating it. And I think it was like pulling back the veil and being able to see how much darkness, just how much rot was underneath, like how much cultural soul rot.
One thing that I also found absolutely vile was how many people who on the quote unquote right who openly hated Charlie Kirk. So people like Ian Carroll, like that whole cohort, now trying to pretend like, you know, they're super interested in who killed him and this is so sad and like, oh my God, like you hated this man, you know, but now you're just going to grift off his death, right?
Well, these people are trying to perform ventriloquism with his
and
corpse.
using him as a fucking hand puppet to parrot whatever cause you want. That you have Charlie saying that he supported positions that he never publicly supported. You're like, well, I saw a text message one time and where he was, you know, stating some frustration. So therefore he shares my worldview. It's like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
And by the way, the things that they use to claim oh, he was turning against Israel and stuff, I 1000% agree with what he was saying in those texts. And I've said the same thing, that he was like, some of these Jews are fucking annoying and they play into the stereotype. I've said that for so long. Like, Jews need better marketing.
Annoying Jews are like, okay.
Like, I agree with him, but I still hold the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're hilarious
What's
too.
up, my love?
I wanted to segue
we've
to
gotten
something
past one last thing, and then I know I was holding court for a while. This is the whole nature of what we do, talking online and stuff. It's gotten really just. It used to be about, like, I started my old show in 2018. There used to be this more of like, this is where you get to come for long, nuanced conversation and dialogue, because that wasn't happening in the mainstream media. Okay, but now there's a whole economy out of this that's come out of this, and it's a lot more like mainstream media, where it's all sound bites and it's all hot takes on X, and it's all, and the algorithm supports it, and once they monetize X, people make more money by just doing the hot. You know, everything's a SmackDown. Suddenly we're back in middle school. If you can do the best SmackDown, you get more views. And so it really isn't about nuance anymore. And I think it's so hard to have conversations now. It's weird, because this was supposed to open it up to make it easier to have conversations. And now it's become like, oh, that's a hot, you know, it's just hard. It's just hard because everybody's eager to jump on people and stick knives in their back. And, you know,
it's disgusting.
I got
into a big argument with a friend of mine about this the other day. That I was like, you know, I had to sacrifice a lot to walk away from the left. I had to leave my entire life behind, lost a lot of stuff. And it bugs me sometimes that it's like, and it was for what's becoming of a big section of the right. And this argument in particular was about a friend of ours, Chrissy. There's a whole lot of mob mentality against her right now. I'm not saying that doesn't mean she hasn't made mistakes or whatever, but I was just expressing that I will never join any mob. I don't like mob mentality. And so this person said to me, well, that's why you don't make much money doing this.
Is that an insult?
You're correct. However, I guess I didn't get the memo quickly enough that for so many people, this is just about making money. For me, it was about telling the truth.
Is that that's so funny.
And that's the thing is, like, you know, we now, like, once you had legacy media get fully discredited, right? Like, no one respects the news anymore. The way that I think I don't remember exactly what it was, Josh. I think on your show you played a clip of like a news broadcast from what was it, the 80s or something, and it just had a completely different tone when you saw respectability and professionalism. And we don't have that anymore. Now truth is just another competing narrative. That's all it is. And once we as a society embraced this idea of like, okay, well, we were lied to about everything. Okay, that's a big, bold, and ridiculous claim. No, we were not lied to about everything. Once you say everything, then basically nothing is real. Your entire history is up for interrogation. Every cultural value is up for interrogation. There's no meaning. You basically can customize reality. You can rewrite history. And so you don't retain any kind of honor or dignity or integrity as a society, because it's just like, well, I can just make up whatever to fit the political agenda of the moment, right? that's basically what we've done. And I think what we saw with tying this back to the whole Matt Walsh thing and Charlie, and by the way, I am a fan of Matt Walsh as well, but I did also go at him a bit for that. I think Josh even responded to me and asked for clarification, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let me be clear, because I was snarky. But yeah, no, I do like Matt Walsh. I am a fan, but I felt like I was frustrated, and I explained why. But here's the thing, to me, there is a big difference between, like, Charlie Kirk, he said, we need to have conversations. We need to talk to each other. Yes, we do. Absolutely. But you cannot have a borderless nation, and you cannot have a borderless movement.
Borderless movement. There you go.
Okay.
You have to have definitions that mean something.
Value something that defines thing. If it's just a free-for-all, well, then how can you even have one borders for your country? Come on in, everybody.
Well, and
just because you oppose the left does not mean you are on the right.
so true. And I mean, look what happened to the LGBT LMNOP. It started as, okay, gays just want to be treated like everyone else. And now it's sex changes for toddlers, and there's no such thing as gender. So if that does not speak to the absolute necessity for borders in any sort of movement, I don't know what is. But I wanted to segue to something, because it's related to what you were talking about when you were saying people celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, which they continue to do. This happened the other day, and Josh, I know all of us, Sage, we love talking about crazy bitches. So here's some crazy bitches for everyone. You're welcome. And notice the press passes that they're wearing, given to them.
Wait, are
by
you
the
trying
city
to?
of New York.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to talk about this weekend. Oh, yeah.
What is this?
I said what I said. I don't give a fuck. His
Oh, yeah.
children are better off without him.
So his children are better off without him. So this is about the healthcare CEO that was murdered by the Luigi guy. And these bitches were given badges by the city of New York, by Mamdani, who has clarified he won't come out against them. So yeah, just check this out.
Yeah, just look at that slut. I'm sorry. Look at that slut with her slip coming down under there.
Like their dad.
See, somebody
Disgusting.
once called me. I was doing one of these Q&As at a university once, and some bitch said I was the final boss of Hot Topic. This bitch is the final boss of Hot Topic. Excuse me.
Forever 21.
She looks like, what's the name? Is it like
A poison tree frog.
No,
Yes.
like the Hamburglar.
Hey, that's
HR
a fucking
Wobble, wobble.
reference today.
Oh, did someone else say that? Because no, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. Hamburglers back in style.
Wait, here, I gotta go back and say, like,
Yeah, listen.
His children are better off without him. They need to learn to not be like their dad and enjoy the blood money, kids.
Gross.
children are better
Was
off
that-
without him.
What was that? I didn't get that.
Look how cute I am. Look how
I'm
cute.
standing on business. Fuck Brian Thompson. I don't give a fuck.
Standing on business.
Millions of
I
Americans.
liked it.
Millions of
I
Americans
liked it.
suffer every single day from the lack of recognition.
Husband and father gunned down in cold blood. I liked it.
Because of how
And again, look at her pass that she's wearing from the city of New York. This is who the city of New York is allowing in to speak for them.
negligent her health insurance was, she died. An infant died. So if you guys are okay with someone like Brian Thompson being a
That's always their excuse. People are dying. People are dying.
So people I want to die have to die so other people can stop dying.
Yes.
around and that being a part of our society, that says more about you as a person because you look absolutely monstrous defending someone like that. Participates in social murder. That's what
Oh my God.
mass
Social murder. People felt for more deaths than
Social
Osama
murder.
bin Laden.
More
And
deaths
I
than
remember
Osama.
Americans celebrating when Osama bin Laden.
Those are the hands
It's
you were
not like
talking
we don't
about,
Understand
Keri.
heroic violence or like
Like,
violence is good.
um,
That's like
Like,
as American, as America gets.
I mean, why do we protect the Second Amendment so much? Is it to allow people to shoot up schools, or is it for us to protect our democracy?
Our democracy.
It's to protect our democracy.
I want these whores' names. I want to know what their names are. I want to know where they work.
they're supporting murder and pretending like they're supporting self-defense.
Here, let me say this right off the bat, please.
Please.
This they make me so. I hate women like this.
Yeah.
I hate them. They make me. I'm having violent fantasies. I hate them. I'm not being performative or funny. I fucking hate them. I want them absolutely segregated from society. I want all power and leverage taken away from them. I want them shamed and humiliated. These are Manson girls.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a joke. They are literally Manson girls. They are hybristophiliacs. That means these are women who are sexually turned on by violent, murderous men. They are the women who write love letters to serial killers, to Ted Bundy, who marry murderers and rapists in jail. They are sick, disgusting women with extreme personality disorders. And the very fact that they can show up in public like this, outside the context of, like when the Manson girls were shown on television, America was stunned. They had never, ever seen young women say these things or act this way. It was just absolutely unheard of. And they were never presented in any context, but look at this frightening subculture here. Now this is just normal. Well, this is just her opinion, right? And, but the worst part about that is the reversal. And I want to point this reversal out. Because reversing the truth, calling black white, bitter for sweet, it's Isaiah 5:20, dark for light, bitter for sweet, lie for truth. That is that's first of all, it's cluster B, meaning it's narcissistic. It's narcissistic personality pathology that animates this. But the reversal is Brian Thompson engaged in social murder. No, cunt. You on the left have done social murder. Social murder is what's happened to everybody who lost their job, lost their family, lost their employability. I'm not the worst case scenario, but I got socially murdered for leaving the left. Some people actually lost. I mean, I did lose my job, but many people have lost far more than me. They've even lost their kids, custody of their kids. They do the social murder. It enrages me to hear them say that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is so spot on.
It's
found their names, by the way. Ashley Rojas and Lena Weisbrot.
I knew one of those bitches was going to be named Ashley.
Ashley Amber Lindley, Kate Lindley.
ASHLEIGH.
With her daughter Tragedy.
Yeah, everything these people do is a reversal. It's always a sleight of hand trick. Murder is wonderful unless it's murder against who we like these people are sick.
Well, and like you said, the Isaiah 5:20, it's a reversal. They make criminals out of victims. They make victims out of criminals. They are supporting a murderer, but with their sleight of hand, they're saying that they're doing self-defense because he's a murderer. You see, it's like, it's okay because he's a murderer. He's not. He didn't murder you. He did it. You're supporting violent, like going up to someone with a gun and shooting them in the head.
This is so true, by the way. Sea Striker, how much you want to bet they wanted Kyle Rittenhouse lynched for defending?
Absolutely. These women, I'm not joking here. They would pull the trap door to hang a Kyle Rittenhouse gladly.
Yes, they would.
Very happily.
Because the thing is, like, and I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but it is the Palestine mentality in terms of that it comes back to power dynamics. Yep. Brian Thompson was, in their mind, he was a powerful man, and he did things that caused people who were uninsured, underinsured, financially strapped, whatever, to either be sick, suffer, or die. Therefore, taking out Brian Thompson is a righteous act. That is the self-defense. So that's what I'm saying. That mentality has crept into everything. It is an absolute worship of power dynamics and weakness, perceived weakness, right? Weakness as a justification to basically enact whatever level of savagery you want because it's self-defense by definition because of the power imbalance.
You're exactly right.
Oh, sorry, Josh. Go on.
Well, I was going to say something about their tone. You might find this interesting, especially Slocum, if you haven't, because of your interests lately. And I just know you're interested in certain Christian topics.
Yeah.
C.S. Lewis, did we talk about this, you and I? How
I think we have. No, go ahead. What about
when he
C.S.
talked about
Lewis?
humor? Did we talk about that? About
No,
humor?
not humor.
So in the Screw Tape Letters, there's a part where the Screw Tape, it's basically like this demon is counseling this other younger demon on how to keep control of his human and keep his human away from the enemy being Christ. So that whole book is a reversal. It's the dark for if you are interested in it, the whole thing is spoken
it's on my list. It's the
down.
next list I need to read.
So there's one part where he talks about the way humans use humor, and he's like, basically joy, if joy is from God, like that kind of humor, it's strictly from the enemy. It's, so keep him away from joy, he's like. But mockery could be for either. Mockery could be for good or for evil. You could use mockery, it's a tool. You could use it to mock the evil, or you could use it to mock good, right? The other one he mentions is flippancy. And flippancy is not just a kind of humor, it's a whole attitude. And I see it's not just on the left, but it's so much on the left. And these women embody flippancy, and it's where you're basically, you don't give something the proper weight it deserves. You treat the murder of someone like Charlie Kirk, or the murder of even, this healthcare CEO, in this very flippant way, and you're kind of proud of it. You're just like, like haha, like there's a smirk to it, and you're
asking for applause because you're not taking it seriously,
right? Because you're so glib, and that is squarely flippancy.
It's sadism too. That is also sadism.
Yeah, it's for the devil. There's no flippancy for Christ ever. It was sort of like mockery, sure. Even in the Bible, there is mockery, but flippancy, where you don't give something the proper weight. That's just, anyway, it's kind
of I'm really glad you pulled that out. That's right on point.
Mm-hmm.
These people are sick. And they can vote, and I'm tired of having to share a country with them. And also, like I had mentioned, the city of New York gave them their credentials, and Mamdani said he won't criticize, he won't condemn them. These people are sick. I wanted to segue to something that Josh has that I'm very excited for. We apparently have black names. However, before we get into that, let's just have a very quick word from our sponsor.
It's time for my grifting. Give me all your money. Don't just be a drifter. Help me be a grifter.
Fuck you, pay me.
So if you like the channel, help support.
Give him money for that. That was funny.
Send in your super chats or become a channel member. Or if you feel so inclined, join my locals, join my Patreon. The links are below. We do movie nights, we do game nights. I owe you guys a movie night. We're doing it this week. I'm very excited. Also, I just figured out how to get Friday the 13th, the game, once again. So we got to do a stream or a game night or something with that. But yes, join all my stuff. Help support the channel. And also, everyone's links are below. Help follow these wonderful people because I love them very much. These are three of my favorite people. So Josh, tell me about black names.
Okay. This is very special. I keep a list. You're going to see one page of the list in a minute. I keep a list. I have a gig. I will not tell you in any detail what it's about, but it involves me reading publicly accessible financial court databases. So I'm looking at actual courts. So these are legal documents. They're public record. I'm not pulling any private information, but things that end up in court in various states. So I see the names of people who are being sued or who are doing the suing. And I have a list that I keep of bullshit black names. Just absolute fucking bullshit black names. And every single one of these, I have made nothing up. I haven't changed anything. I didn't insert little apostrophes. Everything is exactly mechanically as it appeared in the legal records. These are not a joke. I didn't make them up. They're absolutely real. But I like to assign people black names because I think everybody needs a black name. My black name is Ray Sean. You can call me Pookie.
See, I don't see Ray Sean. I definitely see you being a Pookie.
A Pookie, yeah. Duke Marine, my body is ready.
What's that? Ramiro, I love.
Give me body.
Tell me about black names. This is one hell of a sentence to hear as soon as I get in. Duke, my body is ready. Also, Duke, my beloved. Hey, I got Jubucks. That's what I can't seem to get my $7,000 for supporting Israel, but I can get my Jubucks.
I am still waiting.
Same. Can we put this in a blue check mark for Sage Fund? You know what? Either tomorrow or the next day is YouTube payday. So I am Venmoing you as soon as.
No, you are not. I'm going to
buying you a blue check mark.
I'm going to do it.
Sponsored by Duke.
You guys are amazing. Oh my goodness.
We're doing it.
Oh my goodness.
We're doing it.
Wait, so you came up with names for us?
I'm going to assign. This is like genders. They're assigned. You don't get a choice. It is my choice, not yours.
Okay.
But I thought that I saved these because I'm going to start doing a segment on Disaffected, which runs 9 p.m. Sunday nights, U.S. Eastern time every week. I'm going to start doing a segment, but I'm going to give you a preview. My list is now 5 pages long, and I add to it almost every day. I put page 1. So, Mike, if you want to put that up on, or do you want me to put it up? Or okay. So
read it.
Let's. You know what? These are all so good. Let's just go through them.
So these are real people's.
These are real people's first names. Nothing is made up. Nothing is exaggerated. This is exactly as they appear in legal records. Dorita, Shame Trees, Meritorious, M.A. Shame Trees, that's right. I assume I'd probably say it should be like it pronounced Shemitrusty.
Oh my god, the next one is my favorite. Oh my god, that's real?
Peach's Desire.
Which one?
Peach's Desire.
Now, is that a drag queen or a stripper?
It's a drag stripper. Probably
These
trans.
Need a little shame.
So we got Demetrius, Jamarcus, Uniquica, Durantel, Pinata, Diamante, Shraika, Quintravius, Quatarius, Tarnisha. She needs some of that Brasso. Jacoby. What kind of cheese you? I have Jacoby. Yes, Dorita is a female corn chip. I think I can't tell which one of these is my favorite. I like Mark Wavu Keyshawn and Ebone. Yes, I know they would say it's pronounced ebony, but they didn't spell it that way, did they? I think my favorite on here is probably Shah Khan because it's almost Shaka Khan, but not. It's like Dollar General Shaka Khan. So I'm gonna assign everybody a black name from this list.
Well, you already gave me mine.
Oh, what's yours?
It's Ladasha.
Ladasha, that's right. That's from page 2.
I can see that.
So
Page 2.
I think Keri's black name is. You know what? It's my favorite, and you're one of my favorite people. So from now on, you are Shame Trees.
Aww.
From now on, and next time
Choice Fortune. That's what I was thinking.
and Mikey, yes, Latoita with the T. I'm telling you, I take great care to get the spelling correctly. I I think, Mike, you are shit.
I'm shit.
You know what? You are Jeremy Detrell.
What?
Yeah, you are.
Wait, I need to see that. How do you spell it?
It's down near the last quarter of the page. Jeremy Trell.
Jeremy Detrell.
So, like, you know that goes back a long ways. You're like from the old country of Trell in Aragon. Yeah.
Duke said Mikey has to be Peach's desire.
Do you know what? I'll give you guys one bonus from page 2 that I'm not going to show you. I am not joking. This really is a name. Corvetta Porsche.
and then they'll say, "Oh, it's discrimination that nobody wants to hire these names."
Okay,
No.
I in the chat, I shared with Slocum last night. Okay, white people, I fully admit that white people also are coming up with some. It's a very different style.
These are good.
What is cultural?
But these in the chat are some of the ones I saw on a fertility board, and they asked, what are your favorite names for a baby girl if you have a baby girl? And these are
names.
Here we go. Forevermore is one. True. Wait. Oh, I didn't put all them in. I'm typing them in since I don't have I sent the screenshot.
Forevermore with her sister Hallmark Channel.
True Loveland. And then there was one girl who said her 3 daughters are named. Here we go. I'm putting this in the new comment, Mikey. Praiselin, Charisma, but it's spelled Carissma, Charisma Arlette.
Oh, there you go, Josh. Annalie,
those are her 3 daughters, Annalie, Aliana, and Avelena.
Oh, those daughters gonna be swinging around the pole.
Oh wait, here's one more. Alizé.
Oh my God.
That sounds like
Wait,
like
who said?
something
Let me
you
scroll back
whisper
up
at
in the
a
chat because
seance.
somebody said.
Alizé.
Somebody, who was it? Whoever said this is right, that these are actually indistinguishable from drag names. Like these white girl names are indistinguishable from drag names.
Yeah, here's another
This
one.
shit
Last one.
sounds like a
Perry
gypsy
Trinity.
curse.
Drag queen name. Perry Trinity. And even the Alizé, she's careful to say this is Alizé, pronounced like the drink Alizé.
What do you mean the drink?
There's some drink that's spelled Alize. Oh, so maybe it's not Alizé, pronounced like the drink Alizé.
Dion says one of my nieces is named Lisa, Lezah. It's Hazel backwards.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh my God,
wait,
God.
this is the thing, Ramiro. Did you know that Venezuelans mix the names of the dad and the mom? Really?
Oh, do you have an
My name
example?
could have
Can you
been
give us a
like-
good example?
My name could have been like Herban. What would your names be?
Well, I don't have a father, so it would just be a female name.
Ashley isn't looking so
Ashley
bad.
isn't looking so bad.
Except what Ashley, like the normal spelling, sure. I think one of the things Slocum was talking about, at least on his ex, it's all the different spellings of Ashley. ASHLEIGH. You know, there's like all these different creative spellings now of
And you know what's really driving me crazy about a lot of these white girl names? It's so precious. It makes me want to, like, I want to crumble concrete in my hands or something. They're always appending Lynn on everything. Everything is something Lynn. You know,
Jamie Lynn,
Caitlin,
Jesse
Jamie
Lynn.
Lynn, Ashlyn.
True Loveland.
Peach's desire wins. Oh my God, I agree. I gotta see, is there a person?
Preslin.
Somebody told me the other day that some of these mothers are naming their sons these really faggoty names too. Brecklyn, Breklyn.
Yes.
Brecklyn, are you fucking kidding me? I was a big sissy in school, and I would have beat the shit out of him.
Brecklyn, yes.
It's like the what was it? David Beckham and Posh Spice, didn't they name their kid like Brooklyn or Gwyneth Paltrow Apple
and Moses, right?
Moses? Yeah, that's can you imagine being a kid in your 20s or a Moses? You just carry a stick with you.
Yeah, yeah, Ellen. Brylan Hollyhand. Are you fucking Brylan?
That's
Speaking of the gays.
Brylan Holly.
That's a real name. The guy's a conservative commentator. It's not his fault. But are you fucking kidding,
It's like
Brylan?
It's like Edwards. We had Edward Scissorhands. They had Brylan Hollyhands.
It's like Hollyhands. It's like Edward Scissorhands, but fruitier.
Hollyhands, like Holly the plant, the spiky.
Oh, like jazz.
Those big scary hands made out of leaves.
If the purse fits. Oh my God.
That's someone who I fully would have supported him changing his name. Like when people change their name for their online whatever.
I've got to thank my crazy mother for this. Nobody is all bad. Yeah, I give my mother her due on a few things. She did a few things well. She's a complete insane lunatic, and she's a horrible person. But she did have some talents, and I am so thankful that she gave me a conventional biblical name. Absolutely nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing that's not classic and old time. I really we're making fun of this. But I actually find it upsetting when parents do this to children. It is a deliberate handicap on children to do this because it does not matter. There's no excuse for this and there's no making it okay. It is the case that name is going to get your resume canned. It's going to make people laugh at you. I do think things about you when I see that name, whether that's fair or not. That is just a human psychological thing. But there's a deeper level to it too. It's almost nominative determinism. Those names do tell you something. They're not 100%. They're not a guarantee of anything, but they do increase likelihood. When you see a name like this, the person you're dealing with is more likely than average to be weird and entitled or badly socialized. Because look at the parents. Look at the parents who chose this name. Why did they choose this name? Because narcissism. This is treating your child not as a child who's going to go out and have to have a life that she lives. You're treating her like she's an accessory with a special name that makes you look cute, And if you're that kind of parent, you're going to raise a child with distorted values too. I know maybe that sounds a little abstruse or a little like a stretch to people, but I don't think it is.
No, I gotta pull up some chats. Dion, I can't really talk. I'm a blonde white chick with a black name. Tim, what's up, dude? There was a U.S. swimmer, Misty Hyman. If your last name is Hyman, don't name your child an adjective.
Right. Well, Sea Striker says, yeah, but you run the risk of being totally ordinary. How many Joshes and Alexes? What do you mean run the risk? What's wrong with being totally ordinary is actually what parents should be going for. Your child is not a TikTok accessory.
I love that.
Brylan Hollyhand was conceived in a vat of gin at the Kentucky Derby. Like babies, but for Southern women who want gay sons. I think Miss Lindsey Graham.
That's exactly right.
Gave birth to him, and she, had some complications
out of his vajingo.
Like these are parents who just want their kids to be essentially a conversation piece, right? They're a trendy accessory, and their name is just supposed to invoke a reaction.
Yeah, Mike is a very ordinary name, and look at that.
So I thought of you recently, Slocum, when my husband and I started doing like reading the Bible in a year. where you like read a certain amount. There's different apps you can do for it. And getting through Genesis and Chronicles and reading all the names, I thought of your thing about Black names. And so I just put a couple here in the chat. Yeah, tragedy spelled that.
Oh, damn it. I misspelled it.
Tragedy.
So look at some of these. Because we're reading it out loud, and there's a ton of these. And so I'm like, and then he told his son, Zapadnafenam and Malar-Shalalabaz, you know.
Tilgath Pilnesser? Wait, are these real?
These are real names from the Bible. There's tons of these. Genesis, Chronicles.
I didn't know the Bible was black.
Is this like a Wi-Fi password?
See, I was gonna send these to you.
And we're gonna add this to the LG.
To the real Bible names.
Tilgath Pilnesser.
Look at the last one. Chusa
Chushan Rusatheim. I think I heard Linda Blair say all these names in that one movie.
Wait, though. Speaking of black
Jesus
people,
was black. They told you.
Can we talk about black?
No, biblical ghetto names, straight out of Galilee.
Kuzan for short.
Okay, wait, I think I want to pull up because it's related. Because black people. So that was probably a bad segue. I apologize.
Sorry.
I haven't watched this yet. I'm going in blind, so hopefully this bitch delivers. Black TikToker goes around harassing white people and calling them racist if they don't give him free stuff.
Okay.
Prove to me you're not racist and buy me a sandwich.
Wait, I'm trying to see.
Oh, I've seen this guy's fucking Instagram.
So you are.
I would do it. Whatever.
You are, aren't you? You racist?
No, I just want to buy you something.
Oh, you don't want to buy me something?
No.
Even all the shit that y'all done to black people?
Oh.
See, this is where Whitey is dumb. Because if this guy came up to me and was like, "Are you racist?" I would just be like, "Yes."
Yeah.
Yes. That's it. That's all I have to say. Yes.
At least, when the last time you bought somebody something that was black? Never. So you could do it one time.
I can sell something. Listen, we will buy him a sandwich.
We're going to buy you a sandwich?
We will buy you a sandwich.
We're going to buy him a...
I work for my money. So
We all
No, you don't.
See, I used to have to work.
What the hell has he got on his teeth?
You understand that? Slavery?
Slavery. Were you a slave?
Is it a grill, or are they just bad
What you
teeth? I
need?
can't tell.
What you need?
What is that you do need? You need a hug?
Do you care about black people?
No.
Do you care about
No,
oppression?
Just say no.
When the last time you been to a protest?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's racist, guys.
Give me your money or you're a racist. By the
I
way,
hate
this
these
same
people.
fucking
I hate these
asshole
people.
I've seen this guy's Instagram. This same asshole will go up to any interracial couple and start badgering them and calling the guy racist if his girlfriend is black and calling her names. Like, these people are just fucking garbage.
Because they know they can totally get away with it. Like,
Yeah.
not only get away with it, but like, there's gonna be enough dumb white people that will actually buy him something, that will give him money. Like, he's doing it because it works.
I know. That's called the Jesse Jackson. What's up, Michael? I'm a black guy myself, and I get tired of these types of black dudes. I get real tired real fast. Dude, I feel you so hard. Like, there's no group of people I hate more than the fucking gays.
How do we know he wasn't trying to like make fun of white leftists though? I mean, I don't know that guy. Maybe you know him, but I mean, because it would have been funny if there's some white leftists who are like, "Okay, I'm going to buy you a sandwich."
Oh no, this guy's serious, and I guarantee.
Oh, he's serious.
You buy him oh yeah, I've seen this. I guarantee you could buy him his fucking sandwich, and it will still not be enough. It's if you give the mouse the cookie, they'll still be called racist. Why didn't you buy me a fucking muffin with it too?
What does it mean? Eclectic Company said I thought he was trolling.
I thought he was trolling
What does
too.
that mean? That that doesn't mean that what he's doing is not harassment, because it's still harassment. He's still harassing people.
I think he means. I think he just means like, is he trying to like
I don't
make
think
fun
so.
of?
I've
Is
seen
he a
this guy's
comedian
page.
trying to make fun of the woke left, like white people?
Oh, I
did?
see.
Or is he
No, I
not?
don't think so.
He's not.
I've
He's
seen
for
this
real.
guy's shit.
Huh.
He's fucking nuts. What's this you pulled up, Josh?
Oh
Or
no,
Keri,
I put.
I mean.
Well, okay, so I just
Slocum
wanted
of
to talk.
Disaffected.
So I don't know if you guys have been watching. There's a race I do have more opinions about than I do about the Kentucky one, and it's coming up on June 2nd. Anybody who's watching who's in LA, please go vote for Spencer Pratt. I never thought I'd be endorsing another, as Chelsea Handler said, another straight white male reality TV star. But he's actually. I think he's popular, but I think LA might actually have a chance of getting someone in there who's outside of the orthodoxy. Who knows? Because things have gotten so bad. And
Not a
anyway,
chance.
either way, his ads are so funny, and he's doing something right because he's got like real excitement behind him, and he has real, like, all these people are creating these AI ads for him. He's not even making most of these ads that you keep seeing pop up on social media. He didn't make them. The fans did. There's all kinds of fan groups popping up, like Latinos for Spencer Pratt. And there's people who are just like making AI ads because they're excited. I haven't seen this kind of excitement for a candidate in a while. So I shared, I don't know if you guys saw the Batman one, but that was the second one.
Sage and I streamed the debate that he was at. Oh,
you did?
It was an erotic experience.
It really
let
was.
me tell you, if Spencer Pratt were not a married man, he would need a restraining order on me.
You think
not
he's
only that
handsome?
he's amazing, he is sexy.
Yeah.
Which is more important. Josh, would you hit that?
Would I hit what?
Spencer Pratt, if he were single.
I can't lie. I'd sleep with almost any man.
I'm choosy.
I'm not. Keri's like, I need to not see as clearly now for the rest of the stream.
No, these are my man glasses, my regular old man glasses. Anyway,
I thought
can't
they
see
were
the light.
Asian.
No, those are different ones. I got those after Chris, who was on your last stream, and I was like, where did you get the Asian ones? Because I have other ones. And you can't get the Asian ones on Amazon because they think they're racist. You can get the white. You got to go off Amazon to get them.
What happened?
Could you take a magic marker and chink them up a little bit at the edges?
The other ones, yeah, but I went and got these off of eBay.
Oh, very good.
You can get
I love you long time,
white
Keri.
people. This is my lady ones. You can get almost anything. You can get the Asian ones on Amazon.
That actually looks like some. Put those back on for a second. You look like somebody. That looks like it's this one retarded girl I'm thinking of.
How dare you?
Remind me of someone. Oh, the retarded girl.
Stop it. Stop looking at me.
What is this? Disapproving. How dare you?
Given that Pratt is an insult in Australia. See, I feel like I should know this. There's so many.
It's an insult here too. It's just it's a word that almost never gets used anymore. You go, stop acting like a Pratt.
It means pine cone.
Pine cone.
It's pine cone.
Well, yeah.
Pine cone. Oh my god! Yeah, they cluster B. Though some of those look like cluster B eyes.
Well, sorry, I'm losing it. People, I did a piece on the show. I don't know, sometime in the past, about borderline glasses. And these are kind of borderline glasses too. They're the $1.25 ones from Dollar General. Because I just break everything and lose everything, so I only buy these cheap readers. But people were asking me, so what makes them, when I say borderline, I mean borderline personality, you know, like nutso, look at me people. And they say what makes them borderline is like, you know, well, which color are these borderline glasses? And they'll show a different side. Are these borderline glasses? Here's the principle. It's not about a particular specific look. It's about applying a principle. When you see somebody, and I'm actually not joking here, I mean this. When you see somebody whose grooming choices, their accessories choices, the way they do their hair, the glasses they wear, the jewelry they put in their face, it becomes sort of an indicator of a troublesome personality when those things are visually distracting and they're obviously worn specifically for attention. So it doesn't matter that they're the color pink. It doesn't matter that they're the color green. They're both like attention grabbing colors. So, you know, like these glasses are kind of borderline-y glasses. The big ones, the great big ones that go down half your face that used to be in fashion in 1982 and are now back. Those are borderline glasses. The hugely exaggerated horn rim ones are borderline glasses. That's the principle. And you can apply that to anything. People's grooming choices tell you a significant amount about their disposition in the world, what kind of person they're likely to be.
Oh my God. Ellen, thank you so much, my love. We love you. You're the best. We love Ellen.
Someone give Josh a popper.
A what?
I don't even know if they come in the single.
Mikey's too young. He doesn't know what a popper is.
You don't know what poppers is?
No. Look at his
Seriously?
face. He doesn't know.
And you're gay. Okay. Poppers. I don't remember. Is it amyl nitrate? Is that the chemical itself?
I don't know what the drug is. But...
It's an inhaled it's a drug. It comes in little glass vials. They look like old-fashioned little medicine bottles, amber glass. And it's a liquid, a volatile liquid that evaporates a lot, and it's a chemical. It's like doing whippets, like
I've heard of that, but I don't know what it is.
The gas that's inside the whipped cream can. Sometimes kids would get high off that, like they'd empty out the whipped cream and then they'd inhale the propellant gas because it gives you a quick high. Poppers give you a quick head high. It makes you feel like you're, I don't know quite how to describe it, lightheaded and giddy. Gay men use them, slutty gay men use them constantly for having sex because they basically fry your brain and shut your brain off so you can do things that otherwise would be too uncomfortable to do.
Oh,
yeah.
Do they still use? Because I thought this was like
constantly,
70s, 80s
constantly.
Thing.
It's even use is even higher now. They've been normalized now.
Wow.
When I was a gay slut, when I was out, 30 years ago, sleeping around with everybody, that was a really fringe thing to do. Only the most extreme guys who actually still went to bathhouses would use poppers. Now it's normal now. It's been normalized for gay men. Oh yeah, bring poppers.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was the reverse. That's interesting. I thought it was way more widespread, like in the 80s and 90s.
And
I think it was, but I think it's much more widespread now. That's my perception anyway.
What though? Like it fucks them up, or it makes them slutty, or they're already slutty.
They're already slutty, but it makes you like. I'm going to try to describe this without getting exceedingly graphic.
Mention it all.
Guys use them because it enables you to take it upstairs or downstairs. If it just loosens you up.
So I've got to go watch a family show called Tracker. And my mother-in-law got us addicted to this show. It's on CBS, and it's the most popular network show in America. And we only started watching it because my mother-in-law watches it, and now we kind of joke watch it. It's a.
What is this?
It's called Tracker. It's
Tracker.
It's the #1 show in America. It's mostly older people who watch it and us.
Tracker?
What's it about?
It's a guy who tracks down missing people, but it's an episodic. It's not serial, so you don't really have to watch every episode. Although we've started watching it, and the writing it's entertaining. It's like popcorn TV, but there's some problems with the writing. Like every episode, he has a magic black hacker who just like he'll like call the hacker and be like, "I'm here where the person's missing, and I see a camera at the laundromat across the street. Can you get into?" And the hacker's like, "On it, already in the footage, sending it to you now." You know, and it's like, what? How'd you get that footage so fast? Or he'll be like, "I found a cell phone at the scene of the crime," and he's like, "Already in the messages, send them to you." And you're like, what? But so I gotta go watch that. And here, I'll say one quick thing before I go. Slocum, you were talking about people who get real nasty, and I replied to you about TV forum Facebook groups. There's a Facebook group for Tracker, and it's one of the funniest groups on Facebook because there's people who go in the Tracker group. And again, this is the #1 show in mainstream America. Okay. People go in the Tracker group and they post and they say, "How is it that every episode Tracker murders someone and never goes to jail?" And then in the comments, all these boomers get really mad and they're like, "It's just a TV show. Just enjoy it and shut up. Like, quit asking questions." And they get really triggered. And it's just this funny, like, psychology. Weird. It's just a study of the mind, like how you talked about how there's always detractors. There's people who get so upset. They're like, "How dare you ask a question about my beloved TV show? My franchise. Just enjoy it. It's just TV. He's not really murdering people." I know.
We know
now.
Anyway, I had fun hanging out with you guys. Sorry that was a long.
Thank you.
Bye.
I love you so much.
I thought it'd be funny to
Keri.
leave on your descriptive poppers definition. Sage, it was good to hang out with you again.
With you, girl. I adore you.
I'll see you guys later.
Keri, what have you got coming up? Where can people find you?
Oh, I don't know. Deprogrammed.
See, you're just as bad at this as I am. Almost.
I'll see you guys later.
We love you.
Bye, honey.
Well, you guys know where to find her, but the links are below. We love our Keri. I have more questions about the whipped cream thing with the
There's
asshole.
not much more to say.
But it what's the downside? Like, it makes you what?
The downside is it fries your brain. I think that's
I think it's bad for your brain.
Is this why all these whores are dumb?
Part of it, I think the way that the biological activity that gives you the perception that you're feeling a euphoric high is because I think it deprives you temporarily of oxygen. So it's stopping you from like getting fully saturated blood with oxygen. You know, it's not good for you.
Bitches are fucking crazy.
Always have been.
Can I just tell you?
Like I had these crazy ass roommates once in Brooklyn who were doing all sorts of drugs and shit. And one guy was telling me about like the drugs he was doing. And he was like, "Oh yeah, it's the chemical that releases in your brain when you die."
What?
I'm like, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, bitch.
I'll tell you the only reason that I know what poppers are, this is so embarrassing to admit, but I might as well just say it, is it's because of the show Queer as Folk. That's the only reason I know that.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, right. Right. You know, I never watched that show. I've only seen a couple
random
clips from it. Frankly, just hearing about it, hearing it described, and then seeing some of the plot lines, I was like, "This is disgusting. Why am I going to watch this?"
I used to love it so much, and I rewatched a couple episodes recently to see, like, okay, how does this look? How does this look now that I'm not on the left? How does this look, all these years later? Some of them still hold up. It's kind of interesting. If anything, I generally, Josh, I do probably think you would hate it. But I think that there are actually some characters in it that you couldn't write them now. I think they would be seen as problematic, self-hating.
Didn't they do a reboot?
You couldn't have. And trans is not a thing in this show. When it's mentioned, they say transvestite or tranny or whatever.
Oh, well, then they better destroy every physical and digital copy of that show and never allow it to come to light again.
Exactly.
Didn't they do a reboot where everyone is black and trans?
They did a reboot, and I made it through half of the first episode, and I was like, no, I can't. This this is so. It was just an abomination. It never should have seen the light of day. I think it failed pretty miserably. But yes, everyone was Black and trans and a victim, and that's all it was. A complete departure from the original. As woke for its time as the original was, and it does have that element. There was a lot in it actually that you couldn't get away with now at all.
Oh, this is so gross. The basic message is that being gay is great because you're allowed to have any kind of sex with as many people as possible with no emotional consequences. See, and that's why the alphabet groups shut down the show that I was writing, because it gave the opposite point of view.
Yep.
Seriously. By the way, chat fan, we're probably gonna wrap up in a little bit. So if anybody feels so inclined, send in your super chats or join my locals, join my Patreon. Josh, we were talking about doing like cross community.
Yes.
Movie night.
Let's do that. We were talking about that, and then you know what? I'm going to open up my calendar here and make a note to. I've got a lot going on in the next couple of days, but I'm going to make a note to get back in touch with you so we can schedule that up for your people and my people.
Do it.
What
movies should we
What
watch?
movie?
You know, Mike, you and I talked about this, and you mentioned a shitty domestic violence movie from 2002 with Jennifer Lopez called Enough.
Enough.
I could not find it. I could not find it to torrent anywhere. I couldn't find it. Oh, you have it. Okay.
I got. Also, by the way, Lindsay, thank you for noticing.
What is that? Oh, Halloween.
I mean, what? Yeah, I've never seen Enough, but whatever is it? I feel like I need crazy or just cluster B women or something like that.
Oh my god. I have a new movie that is out for you guys. I've been saying this forever because I was lucky. I got to see it a couple months ago at a festival and it just came out. I have a movie you guys.
Is it Obsessed?
Yes. Obsession.
Okay. Oh, Obsession. Sorry. Okay, so
I'm going to see that this week.
Can someone
Gosh, you need to call me the moment it's over.
I've only seen the chatter around it. I don't know anything. So
I don't know anything about it either, but my friend said somebody recommended it who knows good horror movies, and there are so few good horror movies that I'm just going to go and see it on the chance.
Okay. See, I'm skeptical. This is my big character flaw, according to Mikey, is that I don't generally like horror, but I am curious about this movie.
We all have flaws. It's okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you too.
So you really liked it? Okay.
And the guy who, okay, first of all, the guy who's the actor in it, he is sexy. And I couldn't believe it because I looked him up after, and it turns out that he is a gay. I am shocked by this. Wait, I'm gonna pull him up. Let me find it.
Yeah, let's see a picture.
Yeah, because everything that this crazy bitch does in the movie, like, I kind of get it. I feel like I would have the same reaction to him. Like, this would totally just be me if I knew him. Oh my god. I would hit it.
He's handsome. He's a little too young and twinky for me.
He's like 30. Oh, he's 30. But you know who
He needs
else?
another 10 years on him.
You know who else is sexy, though? Wait, let me pull him up. The guy who wrote and directed the movie is also sexy. Like, he is so my type because he's kind of fucking funny looking.
Okay.
Oh, what?
He's so hot.
Wait, are you fucking with me right now?
He looks like a frog.
I know.
I have a thing. There's a certain kind of dorky, goofy looking guy that I find madly attractive to. So I understand having.
Yeah, but
having
this.
These, yeah.
I know. I get that. I get that. But Tim. Okay. Yeah.
All I can. I look at that and all I can hear is ribbit.
Maybe that's just like not the best picture.
No, that
I don't know.
no.
Yeah, like look at get his crazy eyes out of my face.
Yeah, that's what,
His name is Keri.
I have tumbleweeds in my vagina from that picture.
He's so hot.
No, Michael, what?
Oh my God! Look at him.
Are you serious?
He's sexy, and this guy too. That's the guy in the movie. The two of them.
I'll definitely take the actor.
The first one, I'm very puzzled on this, but
that's my type. Yes, Courtney, Curry Barker. Also, by the way, you guys should watch it. He has a movie on YouTube. It's only like an hour long called Milk and Cereal. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, there will never be anyone sexier than the young Brad Dourif.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the voice of Chucky, and he was in what's it called? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
All right, let me look this bitch up.
Here, wait, I'll pull him up.
Oh, he's sort of that same type, isn't he?
Oh, he was so hot.
Okay, show me.
I actually once dated a guy who kind of looked like him, and that's the only reason I dated him, because he was really boring otherwise. But I'm like, whatever. He looks like Brad Dourif.
He looks like that guy that played. He looks like that guy that played. What was it? What did she have? The spina bifida sister in Pet Sematary, Zelda. Never get out of bed again. Never get out of bed again.
Zelda Rubinstein, I love her.
No. I'm not. No.
Oh, who are you talking about?
You're thinking of somebody else. You're thinking of.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking Poltergeist.
You're thinking of Poltergeist. No, I'm talking about the. Yeah, that's what he looks like to me anyway.
Oh my God, yeah. Snoo, watch it. It's so good. It's so good. You guys watch Milk and Cereal. I wish you guys were here and we could all go see Obsession together because I really want to see it again.
I would go with you. I absolutely would.
Let's all go together.
Okay, the problem is you're in Florida.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Whatever. But no, you guys gotta like call me the moment you see it. Oh my God. It's so good. It's so good. Have you guys seen Talk to Me? I feel like that's probably one of the best horror movies of the decade so far.
Nope. No, asking me if I've seen a horror movie is just a complete waste of your time.
Oh,
ask Josh. Don't ask me.
Wait. More importantly, have you seen Hereditary?
Yeah, I have. I was I think I saw that in the final days of my career alcoholism. I was so drunk. I only remember. I think I remember that is the movie that had the most disturbing scene that I have ever witnessed in my life that made me so sick I left the room.
I've got one more disturbing for you. Watch Talk to Me.
Okay. Oof.
There was a scene in Talk to Me.
I like horror, but I don't. One of the things that's turned me off about horror movies for the past 25 years, because I've long been a quality horror fan. Like what I consider to be quality horror is The Exorcist, The Shining, Rosemary's Baby, The Others with Nicole Kidman, movies like that. What I don't like and cannot stand, it actually does make me physically and makes me feel morally sick. I cannot stand torture porn.
So like Saw and things like that.
No, that is, it's disgusting. I find it morally, it really actually, I get genuinely emotionally upset.
What about Terrifier though? Terrifier is a good mix of that, but also great characters and story.
See, I can do, I definitely have respect for the horror classics that Josh was talking about. Generally speaking, I can do thrillers, like psychological thrillers and suspense, but I don't like horror, and I certainly don't like torture kind of porn like that. Like I can't.
Really like Talk to Me. There's a scene in Talk to Me that I don't know what it was. Something about it was shot so perfectly, and the sound design and the editing. And this never happens to me. I've seen every horror movie. This never happens to me. There was a scene in Talk to Me that I could not look at. It was like I was watching it through my fingers. It is so horrendous.
Okay,
but
so
it's a
why would
great,
you
great
ever
movie.
think that I would watch that, given what I just said?
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Not happening.
I've
Yeah, I don't think
I've
you guys
gotten more
would love it
squeamish
there.
over the years. I like I to be scared. I like to be scared, but the kinds of things that scare me are it's more thematic than it is. It's not about special effects and gore. That doesn't do anything for me. Stupid gore, I just find boring. Excessive gore, I find a real turnoff. I like themes of haunting and the unquiet dead, and not zombie movies. I don't mean zombie movies. They don't scare me either. I think they're kind of stupid, actually.
I agree.
It's the psychological. It's haunting. It's unquiet spirits and being haunted. I love those kinds of movies.
Have you seen Midsummer?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you would like that. There's a cult, and there are crazy bitches in the cult, and they're like crazy incesty bitches in the cult, and they're all like Swedish and shit. And
Okay, that sounds like it could be kind of
I
interesting.
know. Is my mother in that movie?
Basically.
What was the one, Josh, that we watched a while ago on movie night with you? Was it Salem's Lot?
Yes, Salem's Lot, that
Okay.
TV miniseries from the early
Way more-
80s.
I think that was like way more kind of not campy, but like you remember we were all in the chat like waiting to kind of be scared, and it didn't really happen.
Yeah. Well, the movies were, movies used to be that one did take a while to get going, but that wasn't so out of the ordinary. People used to be able to have attention spans where they would allow a plot and suspense to build over time. We've been conditioned now to think that that's like really out of the ordinary. It didn't used to be out of the ordinary.
I just yesterday finished writing the new draft of my film that I'm very excited about. It's a romantic slasher, but it's sort of what you were
romantic slasher.
Which I'm telling
Of course
you,
it is,
mark
Mike.
my words. What?
Of course it is.
No, mark my words. That is the next big genre. Mark my words. There are going to be romantic horror movies coming everywhere in a couple of years.
I like just the like kind of cheesy female thrillers with a crazy bitch. Like, give me Hand That Rocks the Cradle all day.
Oh yeah. That shit is great. That kind of shit is great.
Love it.
Duke says diagnose Mike's personality disorder based on that genre.
That's just basic gay personality disorder that we all have at least a minimal level.
It is. It's an aspirational movie. It's like you would like it, and you would like it, and it takes on all the bitches, and you would like it. That's all I'm saying. I think it's gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be good. It's like, if you're watching a love story, and it just happens to turn into a horror movie halfway through. It happens.
And then does it go back to being a love story, or okay, no, we don't know.
I can't give spoilers.
Right.
All I'll say is it's a love story. It just happens to be the bloodiest love story ever told. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be good.
What was that? Which one of the? Oh God, there was a point. There was some movie from the 80s. It might have been one of the Evil Dead movies where they've got one of the dead people, like one of the zombified dead people who's running around being like, but they've got her strapped down to a table like in an autopsy room, and she's like, I can feel myself rot.
I think that's two.
I feel like that's a scene that just could have been in like Death Becomes Her.
Yes. Lindsay says it's Return of the Living. Is that Return of the Living Dead? Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah. I love that movie. Oh my God. Also, Curry Barker, the sexy guy who wrote and directed Obsession, is doing the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Do you know what I just heard? I heard the sexist Chainsaw Massacre.
The sexy guy. You guys disagree.
I mean, I may disagree, but would I fuck him? Yeah.
You're a whore. You're an out of practice whore. You're an out of work whore.
He's a non-practicing whore.
You're a whore on the inside.
I love this though. I love this because, you know, on Disaffected, he is very like, you know, this very moral, and he's got the standards, and you know, he's calling everybody else whores, the women, the whole 3 hours we've been doing this, he's like, I'd fuck him, I'd fuck him, I'd fuck him.
See, I bring out the whore in him.
I'm not lying. I mean, I really have been. I have been chased as a monk for 7 years.
Except for one thing.
You know, so yeah, no, I mean, I just, yeah, I mean, honestly, that's part of the reason why I made that choice. I mean, I lived a bad life for a long time. You know, I had a lot of fun. I was a party boy. And it was a lot of fun, but it was also a lot of self-destruction. And I'm just not willing to do that anymore. But I can't lie. I mean, if I could get away with it, I probably still would.
See, I had an affair recently. I have an international lover. So, like, when he's here, you know, we hang out and stuff. He's from London. And then when he's not here, we don't hang out.
Oh, okay.
Really?
So I feel like other than that, you know, shut up, Duke.
British blood bangers and mash.
That was one time. Okay, it was 2 times. It was 3 times. That's all. It was 3 times. That's it. Bangers and mash. You guys suck. You guys suck.
Well, I will confess something embarrassing to you guys. Well, Mikey already knows this, but Josh doesn't. So, because, you know, look, I mean, same thing, like, I am just a typical straight woman, so I succumbed to what Mikey calls the gay hockey show, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Josh, I have not.
No, I don't. I hate gay themed anything. I can't stand. I never watch it.
I succumbed to this, and I was enthralled. I was smitten. I was like, I was a swooning 12-year-old girl, and I'm sitting there as I'm watching it. My boyfriend's sitting next to me. He's on the computer, and I'm just like riveted. And he just looks at me at one point. He was like, Josh would just like make fun of you so hard, right?
Yeah. Well, that's true, but I would do it in a hypocritical way because I'd be sitting there salivating right along with you.
They are so not cute. They are not.
They're not, though?
Okay.
I haven't watched any of it, so.
Hold on. Wait. So, no, Josh knows this because he made fun of, you put them up on when you were going through the people at the Met on your show, and you're like, I don't know who this is. That's one of the guys. Those two were the guys from Heated Rivalry.
With that stupid guy who was dressed like Carol Lombard from 1937. He was wearing Katharine Hepburn's like flight outfit.
I would not hit that.
Yeah, that one, that douchebag.
Yep.
Connor Story, that's his name, and whoever that ugly guy is next to him.
It's like Hudson something.
Hudson.
It doesn't matter. But my entire fantasy just shattered with that picture. And I tried to tell Mikey, I was like, no.
Sloppy pin curl bangs. I'm going to poach your audience. These are some quality people, Mikey.
I told you. Oh, I love Mikey.
I told Mikey, I was like, no, you don't understand. In the show, these guys are so sexy. He's like, I don't.
Really?
I'm like, no, they are. Like, they are masculine. They are sexy. But according to my boyfriend, according to Zach, he's like, this is such bullshit. He's like, this is Twilight. He's like, one of them is the much more like dominant, assertive. He's Russian. He's masculine. That's Connor Story, the blonde.
Okay.
The other one, according to my boyfriend, he's like, that is the insert character. That is the Bella Swan insert character.
Okay.
Because I would tell him, I'm like, I don't see anyone online like swooning over the other guy, like, I don't even remember his name. He's like, yeah, because he's irrelevant. He's the insert character for gay men and women like you.
Women like
He is
you.
not sexy, though. I'll show you who is sexy. You know who's sexy? He is sexy.
Oh my God, Michael, it's ridiculous. Go watch just the first episode of Heated Rivalry and then tell me I'm wrong. No, just watch one.
Their faces bother me. I don't like their faces.
You're telling me they're
Look at your screen, Michael. Look at your screen right now and then say their faces bother me. Say it again.
I love his face. he's so cute. Wait, who has they're talking about Heated Rivalry.
He looks like Gollum.
See, if I'm not saying I wanted to shtup Gollum. I'm not saying. However, if Gollum were a person,
you would.
I maybe.
Oh, don't worry. And to steal from John Waters, some of the faces you could have caught me with would stop a train.
Oh my God. Sonia, my love, I miss you and your beautiful bodacious breastises. She has lovely cleavage. You guys are the best. I'm so happy to see so many new friends in the chat. Subscribe if you have not done so, and like the stream and do all of this stuff. Also, probably wrapping up in a couple minutes, so if you feel so inclined, send in your super chats.
You gotta grift that one last time.
I know.
Send Mikey money.
Mike might be a secret furry. He's attracting guys who look like what is that? Mantises? Frogs and other little critters. Okay, I
look like mantises.
Is that what I said? I almost had a thing with this guy. He was so hot. He looked like a bug. He was so weird looking and so cute. He looked like a bug. He had like giant eyes.
What was it that did it for you first? The exoskeleton?
Yeah, he was sexy.
He's walking across the floor and you can hear that clicking noise from all the chitin.
I think I'm the problem.
His thorax was so sexy.
He was.
The fly.
I think, Josh, what am I asking you? You don't fucking date. I mean, neither do I at this point. However, I feel like I'm so traumatized by having to deal with fucking gay guys for like decades that I have no tolerance anymore. So no, this fucking guy, when I went to go see Keri, me and this guy were like talking all the time and shit. And then I was like, okay, we'll make plans when I get home. I was like, I'm in Texas for a couple weeks. So we're talking every day, blah, blah, blah. So I get back. It's the night we're supposed to go out. And he's giving me all the fucking runaround. Oh, I have work. I don't know. And I hate that. I fucking hate that. So I have like such zero tolerance for that I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. But then I played it back in my head and I'm like, wait a second. But he was funny and he was like, looked like a bug and he was sexy. And I was like, maybe I jumped the gun on it because he really did have shit to do. And he was like updating me. I'm going to try to get done with it. So like 2 weeks later, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I jumped the gun maybe and getting preemptively annoyed. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I really wanted to see you. I just had to do this, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, why don't we start over? Let's hang out. And this fucking bitch goes, oh, well, I actually just yesterday started dating someone. We're in a relationship now.
Wait, he's a homosexual. What is that? Why is that supposed to change anything? Like he's not going to still screw you.
I saw the boyfriend on his story, and he's an ugly ass boyfriend. Like he would have been better off with me. That's all I'm saying. This boyfriend is fucking hideous.
Does he not look like a bug?
No, not at all. He looks fucking normal and old. And yeah, he looks terrible.
Normal and old, so he's like 27.
No, he looks like he's fucking 40.
Oh,
All right.
well,
I'm sorry. Okay, that came out wrong.
Hold my shit, Sage. Hold my shit.
I did not mean that Peach's desire. Laquisha.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I'll tell you guys one thing before we go. Speaking of Black names, so years ago, my boyfriend worked security at a all-girls college. Okay, and originally this college was like a very it was a college for like kind of upper class, not terribly attractive Long Island girls. Like it was that kind of demographic. Then
they're all named Chandra.
Yeah. Then they switched and they wanted to, I guess, get like inner city grants and government funding. So they started catering to the inner city. And so you got this influx of a certain demographic, right? So he used to do something similar to Josh when he would be working security in the booth because he worked overnight and the kids would come in and check out and whatever. And he would have to ID them. So when he got like a interesting name, he'd write it down because years ago, and I'm talking like 10 years ago, this was happening. And his favorite, if you want another lit one to add, Josh, was Sparkle Calhoun. But that also sounds like it could be like trailer trash stripper. That's what
I was gonna say. That I hear a movie title: Sparkle Calhoun, colon a whore's story, and it would be on Lifetime television for women and alcoholic homosexuals.
Yeah, like it was a Black name, but it is like one of those ones where you're like, but this could be like white trailer trash strippers.
That definitely sounds like a white trailer trash stripper name.
I'm trying to think of the others. There was Unique Burton, and then the guy, there was Denzel Stubbs. That one's kind of cool.
Stubbs.
It's the Stubbs that makes that.
Stubbs.
You know what? You know what really cracks me up about one of the other things that cracks me up about these Black names is I'm not going to put the last names out there because I'm not actually trying to expose these people to anything, but you see this really ghetto name like, you know, Corvette Porsche or whatever. And
Desire.
Yeah, Peach's Desire, Jacoby. But they almost all of them, of course, because the surnames that Black people have are usually the names of the white family that owned them during slavery. You know, that's the most common way. But a lot of them, you know, a lot of the freed slaves chose surnames themselves afterwards. So they would pick names like Washington or Lincoln, you know, some like American founding father name.
Right.
But most Black people have white last names. So it's like you'll get Jacoby, McIva, Peach's Desire, Jenkins.
Jenkins.
You know, or like Collins. You know, like they've got some old ass British surname. The contrast is amusing.
Did you ever see that old Mad TV thing with the black lady? Did you ever watch that?
Oh, I watched a lot of Mad TV. Which sketch was
she would,
this?
like go in places and cause problems, and they would ask her name. She'd be like, "My name, it's Bunifa Kunifa Latifa Wadisha."
Yes.
I
you
love
know
her.
what? Speaking though of like really, really based Black women, Josh, have you ever watched April Chapman?
Wait, yes, I have. Is she a woman of about 45 years old, well put together, short hair, does conservative Black commentary?
Yeah.
Yes, I like her.
Yeah, because every time I watch her videos, I always think, I'm like, my God, I'd love to see her on Disaffected, because I just feel like the conversation you two would have.
That's a good. I should ask her.
You should. She's phenomenal and she's hilarious.
She is. I like her. Yeah. In fact, it's been a while.
follow
Thanks
her.
for reminding me of her because I was watching her pretty regularly and then she fell off my rotation.
Yeah, I mean that happens, but I watch her videos all the time and I'm just like, oh my God, I want to see her on Disaffected or the Thursday live stream or whatever.
Yeah, I just followed her. I want to check her out too.
She is amazing.
She's good. You'd appreciate her, I think.
Her
I love my
takedowns
base
are
blacks.
just like
I love the
like,
blacks.
It's the black takedown, but like in the best possible way that is so unique to the best that culture has to offer. It's so good. You're like, she takes you to church. She does.
Yep, she does.
Okay,
I've got a couple of black conservative guys, 2 or 3 of them that are on heavy rotation that I watch on YouTube a lot. I'll have to get April back into the mix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jesse Lee Peterson. I would love to have him on my show or be on his show. He is fascinating to me.
Wait,
absolutely fascinating.
Who's that? Whoa, who's that?
He's
you know him if you saw him.
He's an old ass. He's
old.
older black guy, Southern black guy, deep conservative, very Bible preaching, and absolutely disgusted with black culture. And he's had a show for a long time, a video show, and he brings on young black people. And he just tears them. He tears them a new asshole.
I need to watch him. What is it? Jesse Lee
Peterson.
Kind of nuts. Wasn't he getting handsy with somebody or he was banging someone?
I don't care.
Might have been.
I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, he's great. He's just got this he's got this unique manner and affect and delivery. You can't duplicate it. He's very much his own person, but he doesn't get too excitable. He's not like me. He doesn't like go off, blah, 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 blah. But he'll look at, he'll bring on a like 25-year-old black woman who just graduated and got a master's degree in some dumb shit like, African studies and he'll be like, okay, how are you going to make money with that? And she'll be like, well, you know that you only got into that because you was black, right? Your SAT score did not get you into Princeton, right? And she's, but excuse me, because no, it is my turn. It is not true that they had lowered the standards for. She's like, yeah, it is true. She's like, no, I don't think it is. He's like, it is true. And it is so amusing to watch these young black people be faced with one of their elders who is so very much obviously a part of their community and culture who just is having none of it. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They've never seen it before.
Oh my God. I'm going to check him out. I hadn't heard of him.
He would interview you and be like, you are a homosexual.
Yeah. Are you a somebody say, is you a lesbian?
You want to be a lady? You want to be a lesbian? You like them lesbians?
I know. Why do you like women?
In the birdcage, right?
Kazarian in the bird. No, is he the one?
My watermelon nuts.
Wasn't he the one who talked like a gay version of Charo? No, he said, "Oh, honey, it'll be okay."
Hey, Gucci. I love Charo. You've seen that movie though, right, Josh?
I haven't seen it all the way through. I've seen extended scenes of it, but I haven't watched the whole. I know.
How have you not seen the Birdcage?
Look. I've seen Torch Song Trilogy, and you probably don't even know what that is.
Is that where they all got AIDS and shit?
Pardon?
That's one we got to watch, by the way, Josh. Showgirls.
Showgirls? I haven't seen that either.
Oh my God, you haven't seen Showgirls?
Okay, is that the one? Is that the one where that bitch with the curly hair goes, "I'm a dancer"?
The dancer.
That's the only line I know from that movie.
Well, no, and then her black friend goes, damn, they all got AIDS and shit. and then the girl, okay, wait, I need to do a reenactment. I need something to throw. Okay, wait, here, I'm gonna throw my wallet. Okay, so she's talking to her new friend, and the girl goes, the friend says to Nomi, the crazy bitch, where are you from? Nomi, back east. And the friend says, where back east? To which Nomi says, different places.
What?
It's so good.
What?
It's so good.
Wait,
so
that
good.
sounds like it doesn't make any sense.
Different places.
Different places.
Okay. This needs to
need
happen.
to
You
watch
guys, if you
Showgirls.
guys are down, let's plan it. Community movie night. Showgirls.
Showgirls, please. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
All right.
It's so good. Have you seen Striptease also, by the way? That
I
movie's
never,
also
no, I never
a
saw
mess.
Striptease. Mm-mm.
Double feature. We'll bring all the titties on.
Everybody wear your breast bra.
Yes. Oh my God. It's so good. Oh my God. And there's okay. I'm not gonna ruin anything. I'm not gonna give spoilers.
Okay.
However,
Can I just do one more? I have to go, but I would just want to show you.
I was gonna say we gotta.
I just want to show you one more thing. Let me bring up this picture because I have discovered what AI is actually for, and I have put it to its correct use. So let me.
Also, I'm a little bit tipsy.
Okay. All right. So this is the.
This was Demi Moore, and she had her titties out.
Oh, that's right, Demi Moore.
They were lovely. They were lovely, though. Like nice titties. Like a burger. Material. Holiday celebration. That's great.
Do you want some chicken McNipples?
Oh, what she did to her face.
My best friend George, who's on the show sometimes.
Yeah.
So we are old school 80s Madonna fags, right? I mean, we have been to so many of her shows together.
I love her.
I only saw her before she went completely crazy, but we've had a long running in joke because it's always the thing about gay men is they have a pantheon of goddesses and they're all cluster B women. They're all narcissists and borderlines, right? We love these bitches.
Gwen Stefani.
Oh, is she? I don't know enough about her. But we like to tear our goddesses down too. Gay men do. So we're always mocking them. And George and I have had this long running joke about, because Madonna nothing is ever good enough for her. She can never stop. She just gets worse and worse and worse. She's never rich enough. She's never, nothing will ever satisfy her. This woman could have retired a long time ago and become a grande dame of the culture. And she could have made like these occasional appearances and been like, but she threw it all away. So we were like, what should Madonna do in retirement? So we thought it would be really funny if she was reduced to doing voiceover work to pay the bills for things like gas station pumps. So like you'd pull up to the thing and put your card in, and like the voice would come out and be like, welcome to AM PM. Please select fuel grade. Right. So she'd just be like doing these voiceovers. And then we had this one. What was the thing? Oh, never mind. I lost my own joke. I'm too tired. I'll do it another time. No.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order? All right.
I gotta
go,
you,
folks.
It's in my DNA to love Barbara Streisand. I can't help it.
I was raised.
He sounds like a foghorn.
I was raised on all of that shit. Barbara, Liza, Bet. Shit. I was raised on.
My dad has worked with all of them, and apparently they're real twats.
Yeah, well, Sea Striker asked, what is it with gays and these squawking old hags like Madonna and Barbara Streisand? It's fair question, but I can tell you what it is, and I'm being serious here. First of all, remember they weren't old hags. when we started being fans of them. Like, you know, I became a Madonna fan in 1983, right, when she was like 27 years old. What it is, and we could do a whole show on this. Mike and I should do a show on this sometime.
Yes, let's do it.
I actually have a theory about this. I've
do
written
that.
about it. If you guys are interested, go to my Substack, disaffectedpod.substack.com, and just do a search on my page for articles with Madonna in the headline, because I talk about this. Gays love these women. In general, not all. There are exceptions. Not talking about you and make anyone personally, but in general, we love those women because they are cluster B. They're narcissists. They're borderlines, and why would we love those women? Because a really large percentage of us had mothers like that. I think that the gay pantheon of the cluster B bitches is an unconscious negotiation of our identities vis-a-vis our mother. That's what I think is going on.
Maybe that's why I like my mom is basically a drag queen. Like,
it's definitely mommy issues. It's definitely. Was Judy Garland a cluster B? I think so. If not cluster B, then extremely troubled. Extremely troubled.
How the hell could she not be with everything?
You know, yeah. I mean, like Marilyn Monroe, for example. This really pisses women off unbelievably. But Marilyn Monroe very obviously had borderline personality disorder. She was extremely disturbed. And she's a sympathetic character, and that she was not. I think why people get so defensive about her is she was definitely a borderline. She was unbearable to work with on film set. She cost a lot of money. She put some productions out of production because she just couldn't show up. She was hard. She was really needy and dependent on her husbands. She was really hard work, but she wasn't cruel. She was not cruel, and she was not mean. Madonna is mean, right? There's a big difference.
Did I ever tell you I had a run-in with her once?
No, you didn't. What happened?
Oh, I never told you this.
No, you never told me this. I'm surprised. Obviously, I'm sticking around for this, but I gotta go.
This was like, oh yeah, okay, we gotta wrap up. Also, by the way, no, Joan Rivers was not cluster B. That is, I love my Joan Rivers. Hell no.
I love Joan Rivers too. We need her so bad. It's really a tragedy that we don't have her.
So this was like 10, 15 years ago. I would sometimes, it's so embarrassing to say, I would sometimes get asked to like model for photo shoots for different magazines or something.
Yeah.
So I was filming at this
Nothing
studio.
embarrassing about that.
That's so embarrassing. I fell into it. I never sought it out. But anyway, I'm filming at the studio, and I hear rumblings that Madonna is there, and I was like, what? I need to like be in the same vicinity. I'm fascinated. I want to know what's up. Yep. So this studio has like a sort of coffee shop.
Were you on a shoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Pier, whatever the studio, Pier 23 or whatever it is by, I think it's Pier 23, whatever, or Pier 59, whatever it's by Chelsea Piers.
Yep.
So anyway, this studio has like sort of a coffee shop, but it's just like in the main area for all the different studios to go to. So anyway, I'm like the asshole there who's at the fucking place and like putting a ton of food on my plate. I'm grabbing bagels. I'm grabbing lox. And all of a sudden, I just feel a chill. I feel like the temperature in the room just dropped 20 degrees. And I turn my head, and there's fucking Madonna standing next to me. And I'm trying to look away.
What, was she in line to get food or something?
She was grabbing something, like, which I'm shocked she didn't have like her people do it.
Right.
But
me
so
too.
I'm trying to like turn my head away, and I can't manage to. I'm just staring at her, and she turns and is fucking looking at me. And I don't know why I said this.
Is she giving you the bitch look?
Oh, yes. I don't know why I said this. I said the worst fucking thing I could have said. That I was like, oh, sorry. I love you. And she said to me the most Madonna thing you've ever heard in your life. Are you ready for this? And she said this and then walked away. So I'm going to reenact it. She goes, oh, so do you love his humiliation? and walks away. I think I peed a little bit.
What a cunt.
Like, it's awful, right? But
That is a great story. That is a great story.
I genuinely would have been surprised if she had not said something horrific. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm shocked.
She's not gracious at all.
Oh.
I definitely said the worst thing I could have said. My mind just went blank.
But come on, but look, that's. I mean, look, you know, she's one of the most famous women ever, right? So anybody who reaches that level of stardom knows that people are starstruck. You don't turn around and expect to see Robert Redford or Madonna or Michael Jackson or somebody like that. Any normal person is going to be taken a little bit aback. I really hate how they.
Yeah, but they got off on it, I think.
It's just gross. It's just gross behavior.
But
well, she's sick in the head with all her fucking African orphans and shit. I think she's got to be on so many drugs at this point.
Oh, she is. She's a wreck. She is. There's a reason. She is the new Joan Crawford. She is basically the same person. Yep. All right, I gotta go, guys.
Yes, I was just. We gotta wrap up. I love you guys.
It's been fun.
Josh, where can people find you?
Oh, you know, behind a dumpster where I lost my virginity.
Oh, that's where I was born.
I know. So my show is called Disaffected. It runs every Sunday night at 9 p.m. on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter. We do a live stream at 6 p.m. on the same platforms on Thursdays, 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. We're also on audio, so subscribe to us on your podcast. And I've got a Substack. You can look up Disaffected. And thank you very much. You guys have been great fun. Thank you for having me on. And your chat, your fans are really hilarious. You guys have been cracking me up all night. A lot of fun. Thank you.
I love you, Josh.
Bye, guys. Good night, Sage.
Good night, Josh.
We got to plan our Showgirls movie night. Also, C Striker. Sorry, I meant to pull this up before. Yes, please send me script. I just got done with the new draft of mine. I'm very excited. So yeah, send it to me. I would love to read it. MikeyTheHarlow@gmail.com is my email address. MikeyTheHarlow.
We got to do Showgirls. That would be amazing. Just tell me when you want to do that.
Oh, yeah, I am down anytime. We'll figure out when Josh wants to do it.
Okay, cool.
Snow, this is amazing. Thank you guys. There's so many new faces here, and I appreciate it so much. Yes. Oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. This was so much fun. Sage, my beautiful Sage, my beloved Sage.
I adore you.
I adore you. You're amazing. Where can people find you?
On the platform formerly known as Twitter, when said platform allows me to post now, when they allow me.
I'm buying you a blue check mark.
No, I will handle this. I mean, it did just let me do a retweet and a post relatively close together, so we're gonna see, but I think I'm gonna have to do this stupid blue check thing anyway, but we'll see. But yeah, it's being a bitch right now. But yes, I am on Twitter chronically, but posting when allowed.
That's such bullshit.
I know, and it hit at the worst possible time because everything was completely fine and normal, and it was literally 10 minutes after you put out the thing to promote this stream the other night that's when it hit me, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, so crazy.
Sage, just be the permanent co-host of MIKEroaggress'd. I agree. I've literally thought the exact same thing. I agree with you.
I will come on anytime you want me. This is amazing, and your chat is delightful, and these are the best people in the universe. Come to this show. All the best people.
Is it true that Mike annoyed Madonna so much that day she ran out and demanded a double face? She literally had her hand.
She demanded a double face.
Hand on her hip when she said it. Oh, so do you love his humiliation?
She was like, I'm gonna need another facelift and another third world orphan. Like, that's what I need.
I literally thought I was about to get fired. That I was like,
But you know she got off on that too.
Yeah, she is such a fucking cunt. Dylan, yes, write out your stories. And Sea Striker, send me your stories because I want to read them. She was saying I'm supposed to be I'm humiliating myself, which I guess she was right. But what
Well,
a bitch.
no, I mean, like, again, what was so weird about what you said? Like, it's a perfectly normal response.
I've had people say that to me. Not that I'm Madonna, obviously. I've had people that, like, I was speaking event or something that I met and came up to me. They were like, "Oh, we love you," and I would be like, "Oh my god, thank you."
Yeah, like
Love
you're humbled by it and you're flattered by it and
Yes.
you have grace and she's a cunt. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, and she was like, "I just gonna need plastic surgery." And I collect, you know, like non-white children and whatever, you know. I'm surprised are any of her kids trans because I'm genuinely surprised if none of her kids are trans.
I don't, not that I know of, but I'm shocked that they're not.
Because you know she was wearing
Charlize
that shirt.
Theron has all the trans.
She wore that shirt recently, Protect the Dolls. So we know she's all in for
What
this.
happened to just being people? Oh, the doll, like it's fucking creepy.
It's super creepy, but yeah, no, I'm just surprised that like she didn't trans all the kids that she took from, you know.
It's still early. Well, you guys, this has been so much fun. Sage, my beautiful Sage, I love hanging out with you all the time. We need to hang out in person already.
Yeah,
one day.
I know. No, we will because I'll come visit Florida. I'll hang out with you for a while. Maybe we'll move there eventually. That's my dream.
Yes. And chat fam, I love you guys so much. I will be live again on Thursday with Pimpcast and then planning a movie night. Sorry, I've been a little bit busy, but we're planning it this weekend or something. Yeah, and we're gonna plan with Josh, Showgirls, and Sage.
Cool.
It's gonna be amazing.
All right,
I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out.
amazing.
Thank you, chat. You're the best. Sage, you are also the best. My
You're
beautiful
the
Sage.
best. Love you. Good night.
Love you guys. Mwah.